I guess so.
Sure.
Yes. Right. Okay. So you guys have and as you kind of settle down, Orc regroups at McRise and finds that most of you have gone to sleep, unless anyone had anything else they would like to have pended off during the remainder of the festivities. Totally available. You guys could have kept going.
You know what else?
I know that most of the Dwarven family would be trying to head to bed unless you were trying to talk to them. Alright, so then Darvis, while Raw Oric is missing, Darvis actually helps escorts Lena back to wherever her homestead is. Glemon's laughing at them as they leave.
He knows what's up.
And then the mother and the father, God damn it, Gail comes up to everyone and says, anything else I can get you all before you?
No, we are good.
Alright, so there's 3 rooms on the second floor. That's all we have, unfortunately. One of them has 2 beds and the other only have 1 bed apiece. So I hope that there's a way for you all to somehow fit. Again, if need be, me and the old lump here, and she nudges him in the shoulder. We are willing to sleep on the floor for you guys. It looks like you all are pretty tired. If you would like to do that.
No. You two keep your bed, please.
Alright.
I can agree with that.
Can I get you any more drinks or food or anything else?
Some water?
Yeah, there's water, please.
Sure. Water for everyone?
Yes.
Right, I'll go get that real quick. And she rushes off to the kitchen, and then very soon you guys get a couple glasses of water. But then there's a pitcher of more water in the kitchen. You're free to help yourself, as well as any leftover food. It's all available to you. Again, you're good as blood now. Pleasure to have met you all.
It's good to hear that.
Thank you, Jay.
Traveling.
It is wonderful.
Alright, dear, you had to go to bed. Let's get going. And thank you for all the great festivities. You are all a swell bunch. I'm pooped. I'm out. And he starts walking up the stairs. And now it's just you and Glemon, who is currently packing away his instruments and
Thank you, Glemon. It was a wonderful evening. It was nice to hear music again.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for sharing the tales and stories that you've all indulged. I've locked them into my old noggin up here. Totally an experience to have met the tall folk, as they say, and it's been a privilege and honor.
We've only been able to hear little bits and songs through our travels with our barge, so it was nice to have a little bit more.
Oh, you traveled with a bard. I should go meet this person. I bet you they have songs and things that they could go tell me.
Definitely.
Maybe they have. Actually, I never actually inquired about this. And he kind of pulls up a chair to you all. I'm kind of curious. What kind of ale do you have on the surface? Cause we're trying to, expand our horizons and get the McRae name. I gotta crush those fucking O'Reillys if you know what's coming to them. So, anything we can do to help get that extra flavor or punch that's necessary. Do you happen to have any knowledge about brewing? Any of you?
About brewing.
Can I roll a history check for this?
But
Are you proficient with brewing supplies?
No, I just...
But in my
imagine,
travels, I
yeah.
have seen wine made from grapes and berries and honey mead, different types of ales, dark and light.
You can always try adding spicy or pepper to it.
They add spices. Do you have ginger? You make a ginger beer.
These are all good notions, but these aren't anything that's not already been done down below. I was hoping for maybe something beyond what seems to be. I'm just looking for that thing that will shove in that old bastard's face, God, that's what I want. I was hoping that there would be some kind of magic flute up there or something. You never know.
Well,
Have you tried using
There
good
may be something magical that you just haven't seen yet that maybe we just think is kind of average. So I mean, maybe once if we're, we get back out there, we can help you out.
Alright, that sounds good. Maybe they open the damn great gates. I can get my hands on something that's just gonna add that flavor. I can't wait to see that O'Reilly face as his jaw drops down as the McGuire name is shouted around the entire city. Oh, I can hear it now. And he's like whipping his hands like if he's in a soccer crowd and crowd cheering. I guess it's time for me to go to bed too.
Before you go to bed, I have something that might be along the lines of what you're looking for, and I'm going to take an ounce of my Mary foil and give it to him. I'm going to say a little bit of this might go a long way in making your brews have a little bit more of a kick.
Give me a second. I'm gonna review
He's like, what the
something.
fuck is that plan?
Let's see,
That's the
Mary
illusion
foil.
base.
I believe it was, yes. And if memory serves, it comes from wet environments in non-direct sunlight. Right. So.
I had 3 ounces, so I'm going to give him a third.
I've never actually mixed this with any of my brews before. It does glow down here, but I mean it's worth a shot. We can see what happens for sure. I'll let you know what I find out from it.
I'll try it out if you make it.
Yeah, I'm happy to give it a taste as well.
Excellent. Thank you for your support, your patronage, and all that jazz. Ladies and lads, I bid you adieu. When my brother comes back in, ask him if he kissed her, cause he needs a push, if you know what I mean. He like eyebrow waggles.
How long has he been pining for her exactly?
Oh man, he's been infatuated with that lass for almost. I mean, she's young, but I mean, she was pretty a good half a decade or so, and he's been pining for her for a while now. It's kind of awkward, he's a little bit older, but that's a little bit different. I don't know. Anyways, it's been a while, and he's not getting very far very fast.
I'm rooting for him.
Right?
Yes.
So, ease him up a bit when he comes inside, because I'm too tired to do it myself, and I need him to sweat a little. Get some fire in that keister, if you know what I mean. Alright, I'm out. Good night. And he walks downwards, not upwards. There's like a cellar, and he moves down into the cellar. You hear him stepping down. Alright, now you guys are left alone there. Did everyone have a good time? I hope you're all doing better.
Yes, did you?
You didn't have a good time.
No, I had a lovely time. It was, very...
You don't have to lie.
I'm not lying. I've never, done this before. So was it...
Angels don't party?
You should have joined.
I know what the word you're using. I know what it refers to, but
You don't celebrate anything?
I've never have.
Holding your,
Nothing like this.
Jackets.
Nothing like this. I suppose.
I think they just get together and sing a bunch. don't they?
Next time, maybe you should join in more with the festivities.
Well,
I agree.
I think she's afraid she'll get in trouble for.
Or you all will be in trouble.
As
Well,
I said before, we're willing to
I'm
take
already
that
in
risk.
trouble. Yeah, we're all in trouble, so I mean, what's a little more trouble?
Well,
Wow.
that could be a
Especially
large.
for a
I'm not in as much
Her
trouble
gaze
as
is
maybe
not
some of
one
you.
that you would want if she doesn't. God, I'm speaking like a dwarf even for her now. Fuck! Been doing it all night.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Those double R's are coming in. It's time for Moira. Shit, because I've been doing it all night. This is what happens when you make a one racial city. This is if you guys learn anything from DMing, don't try to make a one racial city. It's really fucking hard.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's rough. All right. Okay. So where do we leave off there?
Well, we need to
Go to
figure out-
bed.
Yes.
Right. So I can watch all night if you would like.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're so quiet, Oric. I know you're trying to speak, but you're like 5% volume.
That is not necessary. Well, the thing is that she doesn't sleep. She doesn't need to sleep. She doesn't sleep, so
Right.
she's gonna be keeping watch even if she doesn't really want to. I think.
Well,
I need
Yes. Sleep.
sleep.
Does anyone?
Closer to your mic.
Sorry. Does anyone want to try and burn the spell slot to infuse any of their items with that spell before they go to bed? I'm happy to help.
I don't have any spell slots.
I have one level 2.
Well,
and I
wouldn't
know
we have
the
short
spell I
rested by
want.
now? Wouldn't you have all your shit back? I mean, come on.
Spell slots.
Haven't we been short
Shut
resting
up.
for like ever?
Shut up, Evelyn.
I mean,
you never actually made the decision to short rest, so I'm gonna say you didn't.
What do we think we've been doing?
Damn it!
last, like,
Quiet,
hour?
Evelyn!
Partying, okay?
Fuck, alright, yes, you've met the requirements for short rest. Fuck!
yay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
say, if you guys would like to, you're more than welcome. I'm happy to help you do this.
I would.
All right.
I'd like to infuse something into one of my items. I just don't know what.
Well, I know what I want. I want to infuse. Let's go with fly.
Ooh, big gun.
Alright, so,
Wow.
Auric, who do you want to
Much
try to
use.
infuse into what item?
Isn't fly a concentration spell?
Yeah, does that work with that?
Okay,
Probably
you're
not.
just asking for the metagame knowledge here. This is one of those things where you experiment and you find out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ooh.
Probably not.
I'm entirely okay with that.
Yeah, because your
Yeah,
spells
or
come
goes-
back no matter what you
Yeah, because you're a little.
Yeah,
shit.
you're a little anyways,
Wow. Wow.
fuck, this is why I realized that warlocks are actually kind of annoying to DM over. No one normally picks them, and then I'm like, god
I
damn it.
kind of like it though. I kind of like
I
it.
I
don't.
only get 2 spell
I don't like it
slots.
when he gets so much supportive magic and keeps contacting this fucking gnome that shouldn't be able to be talked to right now. God damn it, man.
That's great.
And then you pick
That's what-
you're
that's
basically
what-
picking magic to
that's
fuck me.
awesome.
I'm gonna get to spell magic and detect magic and ruin all his traps, and I'm gonna constantly braid this character that doesn't want to keep bringing him back. Fuck you, Roderick, and all you do is spam
Amazing.
fucking
I love it.
Eldritch Blast and fights too. So Jesus,
Whoa, I have been using way more than Eldritch Blast.
Void Bolt, yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, anyways.
Anywho.
All right, so you get your shit. So what?
Roderick.
So who do you want to try to enchant? What, Mr. Auric?
I want Misty Step in something.
So you have your paladin who says, "I would like Misty Step with his blonde, golden locks and blonde hair." Not really
Flushes
locks.
my
Just
hair
kind
a
of just
bit.
kind of flows behind him.
Yeah, I'm fucking magical. Okay.
He definitely
Is he
would.
like a commercial? Like he just
Yeah,
like a solid commercial all the time. Just the hair is just slightly.
It's like
back.
super. It's like super silky, like Pantene Pro V commercial. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He is and
every chance he gets.
he's incredibly attractive, and you've never seen him in his normal form. He's incredibly attractive. You know it's illusion-based magic, but I mean it is a very fine
It's
specimen.
Relina has good taste. What can you say?
What she did is definitely probably up her alley, yeah.
Exactly.
So
Oh my
I like to say my hair is just as milky smooth as normally.
Oh boy.
so
Long and flowing.
It is long and flowing, but it's
Oh,
not
boy.
long.
all right. What are we doing? You're guys trying to go to bed, right? No,
No,
enchant.
we're
You have a paladin with his long golden locks in front of you, trying to say, "Hey, I got a fucking." I would like to do Misty Step in my
Misty Step.
boots, and then you got your warlock going. Well, I would maybe like fly.
Wait, would I be able to enchant my boots with Misty Step?
You
It's already
literally
enchanted.
asked this out loud to Auric, and Auric's like, What do you think, Auric? You think you can do it?
It's already enchanted to my boots.
I think it's doable, but don't you already have boots that
They let me jump.
are magical? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say, not the boots.
I'm gonna go out. I'm just gonna lay this out there. I think in a safe environment like this is time for us to experiment.
Why?
I think we should go
Well-
with Roderick's spell for now.
But let's not blow up the brewery.
Right.
Okay.
I'd like to infuse
Okay.
Fireball, please.
Right. I was thinking about it. Then I'm
oops.
like, No.
Boom.
The giant explosion of dwarves coming down. What did you do?
I have
You
like-
blood!
I have a million candles, and then I thought of Gurn Blancy, and I'm like, ooh, inspiration. But I'm gonna wait.
Alright, so, Ulrich, you have 2 people wanting to offer. What would you like to start with, if any of it?
I'm gonna help Roderick first.
Alright.
I give him my boots.
I think it's a low risk spell, so I don't think we necessarily.
Give me a second. We're gonna look something up.
Fly. Fly.
I'm gonna find my way upstairs and go to bed.
Sure, that's good.
What is sleep?
This is a moment where the DM has to look something up.
I think it'll be fun to experiment.
It's time to walk over to Aniel again. I'm just kidding.
Get rejected some more. Alright.
Oh yeah. I would like okay, there's 2 songs I need playing for one was for When He Fell in Love, and that's We Belong, and when he got rejected, it's Love Hurts.
Lover. That goes well with your hair commercial TV.
Yeah.
Like, hair blowing back, right? Old school music video.
Yeah, I'm just a cliche of an old school music video right now.
Alright, where the fuck does it say this? I know this exists somewhere here.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't looked through this fucking Unearthed Arcana in so long.
Oh, are you talking about the Alchemist one?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up, because like it's an actual feature to do enchanting, right? It actually says that you can do it somewhere. Yeah, aren't you supposed to get a level 1 though? I'm not seeing it early level.
Infuse magic. Infuse non-magical items with spells.
Oh, I found it. Starting at 4th level. Oh, this is way later than I thought you'd get it. Okay, I got it. I can read it. Okay, so you gain the ability to channel your Artificer spells into objects for later use. You can cast an Artificer spell with a cast time of 1 action. You can use it to increase the cast time of 1 minute. If you do so, you hold on to the non-magical item. So like, basically, you have to channel for a minute. When you cast an Artificer spell with a cast time of 1 action, you can increase its casting time to 1 minute. If you do so, and hold a non-magical item throughout the casting, you can spend a spell slot, but none of the spell's effects occur. Instead, the spell transfers into that item. Any creature holding an item thereafter can use an action to activate the creature, to activate the spell if the creature has an intelligence score of 6 or higher. The spell is cast using your spell casting ability, targeting the creature that activates it. The spell targets more than one creature. The creature that activates the item selects the additional target. If the spell has an area effect, it is centered on the item. If the spell's range is itself, it targets the creature that is activating it. When you infuse a spell this way, it must be used within 8 hours after this time its magic fades away and is wasted. You have a limited number of infused spells at the same time. The number equals your intelligence modifier. Alright.
It only lasts for 8 hours.
8 hours, yes. So effectively at the end of the long rest, it's gone.
Yeah. I thought it was 24%.
Yeah, so I mean, this is why it's really good for me to read it. So by base value here too, it doesn't let you infuse other people's magic too. Now I'm totally willing to experiment with it to see what could happen but I was definitely privy that it would be very complicated and have to be a really damn good roll, man. So just FYI.
Okay. We can try if you want to, right?
Right. So the thing is, there's normal enchanting, right? I've kind of talked about this a lot. That's the proficient. That's the profession enchanting. You do have an understanding of how that works, even though you don't have proficiency in it. Based off of this infused magic as your crux. But that's not like temporary use kind of thing. It takes a large amount of time as professions require you to do it over, so you might have lost your long rest kind of with the trade-off, especially depending on what spell you're trying to infuse.
So also sound like, hey Roger, this won't last overnight apparently, but if you want to, like, I mean, it's worth experimenting. We can figure out so we have it up our sleeve later.
Okay, yeah, we can try another time. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Yeah, as will I.
Okay. So then everyone's asleep, and the angel's left awake, and you all, per random encounter roll. Ooh!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Dragon appears.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well, I mean,
That's
Wow, a Kotal comes smashing through the.
Rukon, back to life.
A miniature Rukon comes crashing
So,
through the window.
it was a very low roll. I rolled a 2, but in your environment, it needed to be a nat 1 for something bad to happen. It's too safe. It was so close, but Not, yeah.
What the fuck would happen? Even like a thief or
Probably a
something?
mob would have came and tried to kill you. Of dwarves that just don't trust you.
Because they don't want surface dwellers.
Which
up here.
then, how does your political agenda work then if that happened, right? Like, then you have to be like, we didn't mean to kill them, but they were trying to kill us, and you got like the kings be like, get the fuck out, right? This totally changes the story, which is totally what those roles are for, right? It doesn't do what I want, but what it wants, and that's life.
To turn your taps around here.
All right, so with that, unfortunately, you guys get a full night's sleep and wake up in the morning. Your angel compatriot does not wake you early. You guys are waking up at different times. The first to wake up is D4.
And then that one again.
Roderick, you're the first to wake up. And you're up for about 30 minutes before the next person, which is fucking your number again. So we're just gonna move on, re-roll. Your number again.
Double wake up.
Fucking
I
sick.
get advantage, right?
3 times.
Auric is the second to
You're
wake up.
fucking 3 times the awake that you
So
normally
now,
are.
so about 30 minutes after Roderick wakes up, you do see as you come down the stairs, Gale is already like making some kind of like breakfast. Lorcan, they don't seem to be hangover at all. Now, you on the other hand, do have a pounding headache.
I do? Or
No, Roderick.
Okay.
Guy got super smashed.
I drink plenty of water.
Yeah, like that's gonna resolve it. Nice job.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make a con saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let's go. I believe in the heart of the die.
What the?
In the heart of the
Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey, don't forget you got that inspiration, man. If you want to use it here.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh.
He's using it. Oh shit!
18, even better.
Your total is what though?
18. Because I have 0 for the con.
That's not enough. Oh, bitch! You need only 2 more.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No.
you were so close.
What's
So you don't feel utterly shit, but your head does hurt. There is the slight effects of a heavy drunken stupor from the previous night. It could have definitely been worse for you. You're definitely like, okay, I've had worse, but you don't feel very with it. So that's kind of, you're like, that's why you spent 30 minutes kind of just collecting yourself, like, I don't feel so good. And then eventually Oric comes down.
He said throw up.
And then Oric, you weren't anywhere near that smash, so it's not an issue.
Oh boy.
Good morning, everyone. I offered to help prepare breakfast, or help.
I got it. But if you would like to go help, I believe Glemon is up outside getting some lumber ready for the stove. If you would help him bring that in.
I'd love to.
All right, and you make your way up, and then there's Glemon kind of like grabbing some logs. Oh yeah, make yourself useful, and he like drops 2 logs in your hand before you even offer to help him. All right, let's go.
I can handle more than 2. Come on.
We don't need that much lumber. I'm gonna bring 2 myself, 2 for you. That's half the burden, and in we go. And he slaps you on the butt as he starts walking past you.
Good game, then. Good game.
All right. So that you guys throw your tendering into the stove. It's like pop, 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 warming up. So it's not necessarily morning anymore, but when is it ever morning for a dwarf, right? Right. So effectively at that point, everyone is awake now. At this moment, as the smell of food is being cooked and permeates in the room, and it helps arise you. We never actually discussed the situation of the bed, so there was 4. Oh, there's only 4 of you. God damn it. And Hill
He
didn't
wanted
sleep.
us to discuss who was sleeping with who.
Ah, right. So Aniel was just.
I know my suggestion.
That awkward silence as the DM tries to think of a way to gently put you down. Doma, it's great and all, but I just see us as friends.
Ouch.
All right, Alex.
Pretty good relationship should be.
Right.
I don't See why you can.
So you guys are now eating breakfast with the McRyes. There doesn't appear to be Darvis here. It's just Glemon, Gale, and is it Lorcan, right? I think.
Larkin.
Not Larkin. That's very similar to what's his face.
It's Lorcan.
Lorcan is what I believe, if I could find it.
I
But
love
yeah,
Arkelya, but I
yeah,
have.
Lorcan. So Lorcan, and they're three of them. They're eating. They're talking about the brewery, and Glemon's talking about that maybe this Merryfoil could be a very good use, and the father definitely seems to be proud. No, they're talking common. They're not talking in dwarf. Every now and then there might be a dwarf statement, but they're definitely making a conscious effort to speak a dialect they think you are aware of.
I'd like to use lay on hands to cure my hangover.
Yeah, you burn 5 of the hit points, and I mean, technically it's not a disease at this point. So
It could be a poison.
it's technically not a poison anymore at this point. This is just the after effects of alcohol.
I mean, it's something foreign in this bloodstream.
I mean, come on, I can cure poisons and disease. I can't
Right, but
cure
so
a hangover.
here's that annoying thing I always hear people. Well, alcohol's technically a poison. Well, you're right, but anything's a poison if you get enough of it toxicity in your bloodstream, right? So with that,
Water
should
can kill you.
he be able to just fucking flat out burn 5 land heads hit points and cure any ailment? Come on. So I am willing to let you roll to try to remedy this, I guess.
Alright, is that a medicine check or something?
Yeah, let's do a medicine check. That sounds fair.
Oh, fuck, I've never used medicine.
Yeah, it's based off wisdom, which is your negative 1. I was thinking about doing your spellcasting modifier. I'm like, no, it's probably medicine.
11.
Yeah, alright, so there seems to be a slight improvement, but there's still a lingering effect. You're kind of similar traits.
I'm the one that drank the most.
Yeah, you're in the similar traits as Roderick right now. You both look at each other and both realize, oh yeah, he looks like he's not doing too good either. Which kind of brings some solace to your current predicament, as there's at least someone else suffering as bad as you. The dwarfs, no, they look fine. They're bred for this shit. They're up and about. Every day they get that wasted, man. So that's life. So what do you all plan on doing today? I mean,
You're so fucking quiet, man.
Gonna maybe check out shops and get prepared for
I kind of want to visit the
mission.
library. That's
so
what she thinks
you
I'm
really
going.
are gonna be going through the mines. Are you aware of what happens in the mines?
No, if you guys could tell us anything.
They look at each other, and Glemon, well,
People disappear, right?
right, the maid said went silent a while back, and there's been no one's come back since. No one knows what happened down there, and that's why you see all the people gathering arms. The king wants to march all remaining troops and reclaim it. Whether the rest of the empire is alive or not, he's going to make the effort, which, admirable as it may be, but is it worth all the lives that could be lost in the process? That's the issue.
Hopefully we'll be able to solve the problem.
I'm sorry. Why does he consider it going to war? Did the other side cut themselves off on purpose, or what am I missing?
You know, that's the rumors. They all went crazy and they X'd out the monarchy, or they just are tired of his shit, or gosh, I don't know.
But on that side is where the Great Gate is, correct?
I mean, yeah, it's past the mines is where the Grey Gate is, but
Right.
the Grey Gate's impenetrable. There's no way anyone gets through it. Right, that's right. The Grey Gate has effectively been around for a very long time, but 2 millennia or so, if not longer, and when they closed it, I mean, it was sure that nothing would break through it. Magic doesn't work on it. Force would take forever to break through it.
Couldn't you guys just open it if you closed it? Is there?
Right,
Is it
that's the thing. Only the king has the key. The Chadoris, only the king has it. It's on his person 100% of the time. He's always wearing it, I hear. Never not on him. The previous kings, his father and his father, back when they closed it, they always keep it on them, whatever the reason. They only have the means to open the gate. which is kind of why it's shocking that you got in here, but I guess you didn't come through the main gate, did ya?
Not really.
No.
So please be careful, dearies. We don't want you to. Your family now, your kin. Please be careful.
We will do everything we can.
We'll be back for more of that.
We're here to protect. We're here to help reduce any losses in the coming war as well. Like, we want as many of your brothers and sisters to return home as possible. So we're all on the same side.
Let me just say one thing, and I hate to say it, but with the imagination I have, if you see a man that looks similar to me, but he's gone, it's what they call it, that you keep moving though you passed. I can't think of the term. That stuff with magic.
Undead?
Yeah, sure. That's if you see a man that's similar to me. He's got a scar on his face, his left cheek. It's like a giant X. It's probably my pop, and I would appreciate it if you put him down. There's no need for him to keep walking.
Well, is that kind of magic something that...
No, but you hear the stories, and I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff talked about in the mines. Necromancy. Oh, that's the term. Yes, necromancy. I mean, it could be anything. Dark gods, voodoo,
Dragons. Who knows?
Deities themselves have gone crazy. Well, that's dark gods. Could be a vortex that sucks you in and you never come out. Could also be the Vosklap. That's a rumor. There's no such thing as a Vosklap. I swear it's true.
What's that?
That's a fairy tale. It's a rodent the size of a train. Okay, they wouldn't have trains, so
Oh, we call those ROUSs.
right, rodents of unusual size. Anyways, it's a fairy tale. There's no way that only one of those would take out the entire legion they went through. So I don't know.
What are they?
It's a rodent that's very large.
Like a train.
Like a rat the size of a train, whatever the hell that is.
Oh, okay.
It's just the description you've heard the guards use.
Right, exactly. Glad you're a smart one, you are.
Good parents.
You're free to stay here. If you don't leave today, you're free to come back. Just try to give us as much notice as possible, so that way we don't turn away any customers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think we have a little bit of research / shopping
Oh
to
yeah.
look at.
Lots of research.
I
And I need a new pick.
Yeah, I think we take half the day to prepare, and what do you guys think about setting out afterwards? Or should we rest here
Let's
for
see
one
how
more?
see how the day goes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind a bed for one more night, but we'll see what happens.
I think it
Yeah,
makes sense,
kind
yeah.
of been running rampage for who knows how bloody long at this point.
I don't know, depending on what's found in the library, I may suggest another few days, but that's depending on what's happening there.
Who can read Dwarvish again?
Roger.
I can.
If you need one of us,
I can
we
read
could come
anything.
too. Glennon, you're not doing it. Hey, don't sign me up for something that I didn't want to do, old man. Oh, come on, you can do it. It's not that difficult to read Dwarvish. You can read, can't you? You sing those songs. Alright, I'll do it if they need it. Please, get off my case. Christ, mahogany.
The more help we have, the faster it goes.
Alright, son, if you need my help, I'll help. But I would recommend you get Darvis. He's probably better than I am. He spends all those times in books and scripture. I'm more of a freeloader, doing what I want. Ale's my game, singing's the whatever the hell those are. So you guys finish your breakfast and you're allowed to set off. If you'd like to ask Lemon to come with, he said he would be willing to.
Is Darvis around?
He's not in the house. No, he hasn't been here all morning. They don't seem to be. They haven't seemed to talk about it at all.
He's
So he never came back from Lena?
Oh.
I mean, you
We're
guys
gonna save
are
the
you guys are
dwarves.
currently gossiping each other. Oh my god, you're gonna come back. The dwarves don't seem to be actually paying attention to anything you're saying. They're kind of off in their own thing. The exaggerated tales. They're talking to Aniel and you have some weird. What are all those coming out of your back?
Shit.
These, and she like furls her wings just slightly. I've never seen that on a person. Well, I've never seen a tall person. I guess that's kind of the predicament in the first place, isn't it?
It's just it's a byproduct of some weird medicine that she ate one time. Don't mind it. We're gonna get a cure for her later.
Oh, yeah, that's what. The bloody beautiful. I mean, not the best in last, but it's pretty cool. And you actually like, fly like a bird.
They are beautiful.
They are pretty.
Yes, I can't. Alright, well, that's pretty cool. Why would you get rid of them? You're crazy! He's looking at a scornful look towards her. I would reckon, I mean, unless she's dying, then yes, that would be a shame. But
she's not dying
anymore. What?
Nothing.
It's all part of the disease. I mean, it's cured now, kind of partially. It's just
I'm med. It's all good.
Nice.
Yes.
Make a deception check. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Go on, Evelyn.
I am out here having a disease.
Evelyn, make the deception check. You get advantage because Oric was trying to participate.
Oh, you need it.
She needs it, yeah, 5 or ace.
Use your die. Use your D8.
Oh yeah, use my D8.
Guys are burning those up.
We should use the for shopping.
Total is?
So 15.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, disease, you say? I'm not gonna get sick from it.
No,
No.
it's not contagious.
It's more hereditary.
I like face palm.
Oh, come on, Glennon. You think she's a cutie, don't ya? You wanna kiss her? Get off my case, gold man! You know I got a sweetheart. Well, no. I want myself.
Oh.
Oh, I'm out of here! He grabs like one more like biscuit off the table and rushes for the door.
We need him to
I
read.
mean,
He's left, so you have to rush after him if you want him.
I think it'll be fine.
I'm interested in going to that, what's that magic mystery shop?
Magic place, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remedies or
Bramble shoot.
I
And
was-
the hammer is over there.
Yeah.
the Smiths
If I remember
is,
right,
their
yeah.
line.
Well, the Smith is by us then. The Smith is because we're in the fairway. I
They
believe.
mentioned
It's literally a shop called the Smiths. I wrote that down in my notes.
right. The Smiths, I remember, and there was Horth's hammer, I think.
That's in the Bramble.
Horth's hammer, yes.
Magic mystery. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple others. If we need to, we could head back to the temple of was it Thorns? And see if Darvis is there.
That would work.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind.
Alright, let's head
having
out
help.
first.
Is there anything we want in the fared way?
I'm
Before
gonna
we
I'm
leave
gonna
this
go to
area.
the remedies shop. If you guys want to go ahead, I can meet you at Brandle's Seat.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't recommend we split up, or if I'll
Yeah.
accompany you if you would like.
Okay.
I kind of want to visit the Smiths.
All right,
Yeah,
so
do you
then
wanna-
me
you
and
wanna
Orc
carry-
to the remedies, and you all to the Smiths.
Oh,
No, is
what
that
if
a bad
we do this?
idea?
What if we do one group goes to Brandle's Seat, and then me and Doma and Anil.
So Roderick and I will go to Bramble's Seat.
Yeah, I think we can do that, and then we'll meet you guys there, or do you want to everyone meet at the library?
There's one
Let's meet
thing
at the library.
I just to really test, because I'm not sure you guys are really familiar with the area. Brandle's Seat is a little bit more pinchy on the penny, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
They
wait,
do-
is there another magic shop anywhere?
They do sell very good quality stuff, but you need a lot of currency to afford it.
How much is kind of a lot?
It's not for the people of our establishment. She gestures to her home.
We pull out. We happened across some of these in our travels above ground. Are these worth enough down here? And I put a gold coin on the table and say, you know, how many of these might an object cost?
I mean, obviously it depends what you're going, but you're I mean, unless you got, you know, probably thousands, you're not gonna buy much from Brandel's seat. It's the top knock. Just to save some metagame knowledge here for you guys, Brandel's seat it is the high end of it. It's that when if you come back to Midan, you shop there when you guys are way more you could maybe strike a really good deal, or you could convince someone through some kind of charisma, but like it's you probably do not have the funds to. I mean, you have to dunk all your funds to get like one thing theoretically.
I'd like to use command.
Okay, and what's the one command you want to say?
No.
Give?
Yeah,
you say give. Anyway, so just to help save us, because I know that we're kind of pushing that point where we should be stopping soon. You could go there, but you're gonna have to pull all your funds together, and you might get one thing, which might be in your favor to do it that way instead of getting a bunch of more mediocre things. So whatever you want to do. Kind of want to help, kind of get this episode wrapped up in the time.
I want something a little more heavy on the armor side, and a new pick.
So what was the more discount? I guess the more discount magic.
Smith.
I don't know.
No, there is no other magic shop that I heard of.
Right, that
We'll just hang out
wasn't
fair
the only magic mysteries is the only enchanter that I know of, and that's in Brandel's seat. Chanting's not typically cheap. I know that.
No. 300 for a dagger. +1.
Well,
Enchanting
to the smith.
You can go check and see if maybe they got a special. I don't know, but that's what I'm
that's
aware.
fine.
No, let's take the chance. Maybe we can get lucky.
All right, so then where are we staying together? Are we splitting up still? What's the plan? Temple of Thorns, Darvis.
I feel like, Evelyn, you're really diplomatic. I think, what if you guys go scout around and see if there's any work that we can do while we're in the mines in exchange for an item to help us in the mines? And then, at the very least, I kind of agree, Doma needs something. So we should
More
go
like
with
a few things. He needs a few things just in case, you know.
Should Roderick go with Doma then to the smiths to help convince them? You seem to be knowledgeable about weapons.
Me?
I was thinking
the two
magic casters go to the magic shop and see if you have anything interesting and if we can barter our services for it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You three go ahead with that. The others just run this way.
Yeah, so if you have things to sell, you actually have to go up to someone and sell it and convince them to buy it for whatever price you're trying to sell it for.
Is there a general goods store where the selling and buying things?
I mean, there's probably some that exist. You know, they're not. They weren't notoriety place. A general goods store is not a notoriety place to go.
I'm asking the lady of the house.
Oh, you're talking to Gail?
Yeah.
General, like, what do you mean general goods? What are you trying to buy?
Sell bits and baubles. I have some stuff to sell.
You probably would want to sell them to the crafters that use those items individually. So if you have like jewelry, you probably go to a jeweler or a smith that could convert that into something he uses. If you have things like, I don't know, leather from things, you'd probably want to go to a tanner. I mean, it's the people that use them that are gonna want them. There's not just a place you dump shit. I don't know where you would get that notion, but yeah.
Too much.
I.e., it's not an MMORPG, you dumb shit. Jesus.
Ouch.
Hey, Mr. General Goods Salesman, I know you buy bags for a living. Do you wanna buy 100 wolf teeth?
I thought it meant like torches, tinderbox, like fire, like just kind of simple things, but I get it.
You literally said there was a general goods store in the other bloody town we were in.
Alright, I did. You're right.
Yeah.
But you were asking this. You're talking about selling, right? You said selling baubles.
Yep. Except for I don't have baubles. I have gold candlesticks.
You never said what you had, so she just started listing things that maybe were hitting the mark.
Alright.
I am not incorrect. Bam. Sit back down.
Okay then, Mr. Must Be Correct.
I am a god. Thank you. Let's keep it going. Alright, so where are you guys going? Jesus, we've been at this crossroad for about 20 minutes.
We're going to the Smiths.
Alright, so...
You
I'm
guys
pretty sure
wanna run
Annie
into-
also wanted to take long, right?
well, no, she's kind of like... So, at this moment, she sees Oric
She did.
and you, she's gonna
She
go
offered
ahead.
to follow along.
Yeah, she's gonna head off with... I'll head with Roderick and Evelyn.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Alright. Suddenly I'm going with that. I'm just kidding.
Dang.
Yeah. Do you guys want to
No, I'm
run
not a
into
fucking
back?
puppy dog. Let's
Do
go
you
to
guys
the...
want to run into back at Magic?
Let's
store,
go to
or-
the library.
Just me in the library.
Yeah,
Sounds
let's-
good. Let's do that.
Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the Magic Goods Shop.
Shopping montage.
So, yeah, alright, so... I mean, honestly, I set this up where you guys would talk to each of these people and see their plights and what you could do to help them, but we're at that moment where maybe we don't give a shit, so do you want to do a montage, or do you want to go actually experience...
Let's just say, if people need help, I will gladly offer my assistance.
Alright, so you're going to the magic shop, right?
I mean, we kind of discussed that. The purpose was to see if we can exchange our services.
I'm trying to
Alright,
get
so you're going to Magic...
on the good side of people.
Magic Mystery, is that where you two are headed? Well, three, I
Yeah.
guess. Alright, so you three make your way through town. As soon as you go outside, the Annie will... maybe I should just stay here, as she looks at her torn, tattered cloak. Yeah, you
Well,
guys just head on without me. I'll
Here, I
stay.
pull out a new outfit. I pull out a new outfit from the bag of holding and say, "Throw this on over. You'll be fine."
Thanks. And she hands you the tattered one, torn, and she grabs a new cloak. And it still looks incredibly weird, but...
Give me another one of those. Don't you have another
Yeah,
outfit? I can just
Yeah.
throw it in my bag or something.
Let me do that. So I give you a set. I've got
Damn
18 sets of
conniving little
condoms.
bastard. I can't use that now, can I? Fuck you, Roderick.
Can't use
What?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, story plot shot down. Ah. Alright, so you have a spare. Alright, how do I get acid on her twice? Let's see.
Oh boy.
You guys
Give me like 3 pairs.
Can you just give me all the clothes you have? Alright, so you
I've got
guys...
a couple pairs of-
Alright, you dress Annie up. She still looks awkward, but better, and you reassured her that, okay, you're good. So you make your way through
You
town.
look great at this.
All right, so you go through Midan. You go up down the main causeway. You're seeing lots of people, like looking at you and staring at you. There, it seems to be a fair bit of traffic still. You're aware that's probably nighttime for them considerably, but there's still dwarves up. Roderick, it seems to be at the same amount of frequency of population as you saw early in the morning. So you kind of get the notion that maybe they just don't really have a schedule. They just do what they do, and that's what it is. You wake up and you act when you act, and maybe varying shifts. You're not sure how it fully functions with their society, but I mean, there are people up currently, and so you guys are like walking through the streets, kind of find your way. And you said you want to go to Brandle's seat, specifically Magic Mystery. Did you want to interact with any citizens along the way? There's people looking at you, kids are pointing, people are gasping.
Sure, we'll stop. We'll bingo with the locals.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, we're just gonna do general charisma checks. Go ahead and roll each of you 1 charisma check.
Heart of the die. $19 plus 4.
Okay, 23.
16.
23.
All right. Conversations go favorably in your end. You saw 2 people, two at different times that were like kind of like in your path. They didn't really get out of your way. One of them seemed to be kind of shell shocked, like didn't realize that he needed to move to get out of the way. And you, Roger, kind of approached him like, "Hi, how are you going?" And you're very cordial and friendly. And he seems to be. Your discussion ends with him. You get the inclination that it went favorably for you, for sure. Evelyn, you saw an old woman, as she is currently like let's say, struggling with a door, and you help open the door for her, and she's like, "Oh, thank you, young miss." And so you guys have an impression you did some good deeds. All right, so you find your way to Brandle's seat, and
On the way, though, I wanted to have a conversation.
sure, there's 3 of you.
Well,
Unless you want to talk to an NPC.
well, no. Roderick, I have a request.
Sure, yeah. What is it?
If something happens to me, will you tell my family what we tried to do here?
Damn. Expecting that.
I wasn't thinking either. Oh, right.
It's just
Roderick.
really important to me that someone make it back and at least try to explain what we tried to do.
Roderick will turn to her. You're gonna make it back. Like there's no question about
That's
that.
not what her question was. She wants reassurance.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's very amiable. Or admirable, I should say, between the 2 of you.
My parents already lost one daughter. I just
Well,
thank you.
yes. You make me cry, man.
Alright. You guys find yourself in front of Magic Mystery. The sign that
What's
clearly
that say?
says Magic Mystery in kind of cursive carpentry. That's a wooden sign. It's kind of ornate-ish. It's at the side of yes, Magic Mystery actually does have a sign. It's Remedies that doesn't have the sign, right? Magic Mystery does. Alright, so it's at the side of the blacksmith of Horsehammer. You go inside?
Yes.
Alright, as you enter,
Shall we?
you see a dwarf at the front. It's the same dwarf that Oric saw earlier. A dwarf without a beard, without a mustache, with red mutton chops. He seems to have bags under his eyes. His shirt seems slightly worn out. It doesn't look like he gets a lot of sleep. Welcome to Magic Mystery. What can I? Oh.
Hello.
You're more of the tall folks. One of there was a lizardish kind of guy that came in here. I don't know, 10 hours ago. He was looking for the remedies. Yeah, potions. He was looking for potions. I mean, we sell them here, but he just kind of left. Not sure. So, what can I get for you? Supplies is not with you.
We'll come to look over to see what supplies you have,
Yeah, you
what
have
items and such.
Well, then we got a lot of enchanted stuff. Sell some potions. I don't mean to be flanked. Do you have coin? Coin that we dwarves use. I'm sorry,
We have some, but more. Is there anything maybe we could help you with? And
You're looking
Maybe
for
trade?
a trade? Oh dear. I mean, depends on what you're trying to get. Let's see if you find anything you like first, and
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe
maybe there's
if you need any help with anything, just
sure. I mean, there's something, but
we're headed into the mines, so we're just trying to make sure that we're as prepared as we can be to.
I've heard the rumors. That's pretty scary stuff, but you got 7 feet on a dwarf, you probably will be okay. Yeah, definitely. So what are you looking? What are you trying to shop for? There's to put like walls of protection, or like weapons that like invoke fire. I'm not sure what are you looking for?
Ooh, well.
Yeah, you kind of caught me out there. I wasn't, because I normally just cast spells from behind, so I don't really.
Is there
Do you have
something
any,
that
like,
you need?
rings of protection or anything like that? Or
I do have a few more mundane ones.
we're not looking for anything too fancy. We just
Yeah. As you look around the shop, you do see that there seems to be a lot of open spaces where there probably were things that haven't been restocked. Over here, and he gestures towards this like glass cabinet. And he kind of like moves a cloth out of the way, and there you see an assortment of trinkets and baubles inside. And he points to two rings. These are rings of I think protection. That's what right. Effectively, it's +1 AC. Per ring. They're not cheap. About 100 gold apiece. That particularly fancy.
That's less than I was expecting.
Is there something else that you're looking for? I mean, there's definitely more. You just mentioned this specifically, but names.
yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out maybe we could pool our resources to get someone, like one person, something that doesn't have anything. I'm talking to Roderick and Anio. Like, I mean...
Yeah, that is...
an option.
Yeah, that is an option. I mean, we can still, see what else he has.
Don't worry about me. I feel I'm well equipped. So. But if you all need stuff, by all means. But I mean, obviously, I don't have anything to contribute to your pool. I mean, we got a shield that when you strike it, it's got a chance to burn fire back into its foe. We got swords that sparkle with energy when you strike things. We have I got this bauble here that yeah, you just put it up here, and he like puts it next to his head, and you gotta turn to it to make it work. But if you spend time with it, it's gonna just float around your head.
God, it's ion stone.
I want it.
It's pretty useful. I don't actually remember what it does, but I know it's something with magic.
It stores one spell up to level 3 or 3 level 1 spells or something like that.
Oh god.
Yeah, right. So yeah, they got that's one of these. That one's pretty. We only have one, so it's a lot more expensive.
And of course, that's probably a lot. Yeah.
And I have this right here. This is actually what do you call it? An anklet? A bracelet for your ankle, supposedly. Where you?
Anklet,
yeah. When you win this, you move faster. It helps you lighten your steps. I mean, I got potions up the wazoo. Make you stronger, make you more agile, make you sharper thinking. Ones that can bring you from the brink of death's door back to your senses to hold on just a little bit longer. You kind of just need to let me know what you're... What are you trying to look for? Again, they're not
Well, I
cheap.
think honestly, the biggest issue we're gonna have, no matter what we're looking for, is the cost. We just don't have that much.
Well, so pick out what you might be interested in, and maybe, I don't know, we'll see what you have and what we can do about it. Maybe. And he's currently like he attempts to like pull out the hairs of a beard, but there's no hair, and you see his hand just kind of like stroking his like an inch underneath his chin. Like he's totally programmed to have a beard, but he doesn't have a beard there.
Oh my god, I feel so bad.
Probably some of
Okay,
this is
so we have options. I mean, we could go for some potions, or a shield would be really sweet for Doma.
Those
A stone
rings.
would be awesome for us.
Oh, stone. Do you know what that is?
I do.
Metagame knowledge.
It's not unreasonable for her to know, and I will actually look it up, find it out here, and give you a
In
specific.
the meantime, yeah, I mean, those rings.
I mean, the rings are nice as well.
They're,
Plus one
they're a simple enchantment, but they do help. They will help you avoid damage and anything that might stab you in the wrong place. That stone that you were looking at, yeah, this is when you use an action to toss one of these stones into the air, the stone orbits your head at a distance of 1d3 feet and confers a benefit to you. Thereafter, another creature must use an action to grasp or net the stone to separate from you. I'm making some kind of check. You can use an action to seize the stone and ending its effect. The stone has a AC of 24, 10 hit points, resistance to all damage. It is considered to be an object that is being worn while it orbits your head. And then it has a variety. These stones actually have a variety of effects, so it's not just one effect.
It's not what I'm thinking. It's just something. Wow.
It could be just something he made specifically. It could be one of these. They list like a library of things.
Different things.
Sorry, I wasn't aware of this either. I was actually thinking of doing something unique.
Right.
But let's see what we got here. What would he maybe have? You know, honestly, looks like that's just rare quality, and that does seem to fit this. Yeah, we'll do the reserve, which is the one you're talking about. This vibrant purple prism stone spell stores spells cast into it. Holding them until you use them. The stone can store up to 3 levels worth of spells at a time. When found, it contains 1d4 blank levels of stored spells chosen by the DM. Any creature that can cast a spell of 1st through 3rd level into the stone by touching it as the spell is cast, the spell has no effect other than it being stored in a stone, very similar to Orc's infusion. The stone.
Wait, other people can cast spells into it too, without attuning to
Yeah,
it?
other people can. It says any creature can do this.
Oh.
So you could, as long as you have.
I can totally give you a misty step or something.
Right. You have the things you have to input it in advance, and it can only store up to 3 spell slots worth. So if you put a misty steps, you can put a 1-level spell on the side of it.
Right.
Misty steps.
The level the slot used, the spell cast the spell determines how much spaces it uses. While the stone orbits your head, you can cast any spell stored in it. The spell uses the slot level, spell save DC, spell type, and spell casting ability of the original caster, but is otherwise treated as if you cast the spell. So that means if it's a concentration spell, you would break if you get hit.
Right.
A spell cast from the stone is no longer stored in and frees up the space.
It's basically like once a day you put spells into it, right? So
Right, and then it's more advantageous if you have downtime and you can prep, like Oric has been trying to do for his ship, but this lasts permanently.
Right.
So if you have a downtime, you can stock a spell of high potency, a fireball in it. It is definitely a good item.
That's a fucking amazing item.
Yeah, but it's very, very expensive.
I'm sure it's like thousands of gold that we're never going to be able to afford. So
not never, just not right now.
Right.
That's what you need a rogue for.
So I mean,
Wow.
It's a good way to make friends.
Let's not break the laws.
So the rough value of what it recommends is either 500 or 1 gold to 5,000 gold for that item.
I'll take the 1 gold.
Anywhere in that range, I'm allowed. That's what's recommended in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
500 to 5,000.
500 to 5,000. I determine how valuable I think the item is in that range, roughly.
Well, obviously 500.
Right.
You're so right. You're so right. So
he's thinking more.
So at that moment, you're not sure what the price is. He hasn't talked about price, but he definitely saw that you were buying it. But that means you know at minimum the rough ballpark.
I don't think if we pull everything, we have enough for that.
No.
Even if you liquid all your assets, yeah, it's been pretty close, probably. Well, maybe if you liquidate some of the very valuable assets you have. I don't know. Maybe that staff of yours.
I don't have those assets, so.
Yeah, you do.
That's an interesting staff you have there. I can detect magic on it. Maybe we can trade an item for an item.
Don't forget, Evelyn, you have the bracelet too.
Oh god, I do have the bracelet. I mean,
how valuable is that staff, and what is he willing to tell you?
Wait, what did he say to me? He could do what?
That's a valuable staff you have there. I mean, I can see that staff has magic on it, is what he said. Maybe if you would like to do a trade for a trade, an item for an item.
The staff is not up for grabs at the moment.
That's a shame. I can definitely sense something on it. Definitely there's something potent there. Anyways, feel free to browse your leisure, make a list if you'd like it, and then we can try to associate any way to accommodate something, maybe.
should I see what the bracelet's worth?
Sure. Yes.
So I walk up and I show him the bracelet, and I'm like, well, I do have this. What do you think this would be worth?
Never ask a shopkeeper what
If
it's
you
worth.
if you would take it off, I could examine it to get a better understanding of how it functions. I know there's a spell on it. I just don't know really what it does.
Sure, I let him.
Alright, so you
get it.
take it off, you place it on the counter. He doesn't actually take it away from out of eyes sight. He leaves it on a cloth. There's definitely a kind of respect. This guy is definitely running a more upscale shop, even though he doesn't look like he's doing the best in health. Alright, give me a second, and he casts his hands over it, and you see a blue glow kind of go around his fingertips, and then he then touches the item. Then he opens his eyes. Alright, that's a pretty strong enchantment. I mean, no joke.
It's pretty cool, I know.
But don't forget that I'd have to sell it back to make a profit. It's part of the way the game works here. So
But you just
the
sell
best
it.
I can do is offer
Right.
you $5.
$5.
No one gets the joke. Okay, never mind. Pawn stars.
We get it.
Okay.
Fucking Pawn Stars.
Alright, so yeah, no, I do need to make a profit, so there's gotta be a margin of difference. I'd wager this thing's probably got the ballpark of, probably could be sold in the ballpark of anywhere from 3 to 5. So, I'd be willing to buy it in the 150 range, approximately.
All right, we'll have to think
Well,
about it. Let us.
Let me ask. With that, I'm pretty did our Dragonborn or lizard friend happen to say anything other than that we'd be coming by?
Oh, he mentioned that he would be with you. He seemed to be flustered and in a hurry. Was he looking for the library? Yeah, the library, the archives, the Crowdom. It's right down the street there, I think. You could see it
Okay,
practically if you speak your head out the window. You'd see it. It's a large 3-story building right over the ridge.
I mentioned
Okay,
the war
and-
request for the king too.
Wait, nice job metagaming there, bitch.
No, I'm telling you in case you wanted to mention it to them.
Right. Do you think the shopkeeper is going to mention that shit?
I don't know. All right. Never mind. Sorry.
He wants to make money. He doesn't want to get the king monarchy involved and get swindled.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I have to give it to you for free.
Right.
Fuck that. Oh, for the king, you say. So here you guys are in front of me. In front of us.
Wait. Back to what we were. Because
Oh man, these shopping episodes. No wonder I can see why people don't like them.
all right, so what I'm trying to get is that we're going to be going on a mission for the king. And what you know.
I steered you down that, dude, man. Sorry, don't do that.
Oh no!
He was actually
gonna
going
be-
there.
That's where I was going at. That's why I have to begin with.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
So basically,
king.
with this, yes. Listen, sir.
Uh,
I'm not asking. We're not asking for anything for free. With this, let us pick. One item. And just think of this as
Hold
an
on,
investment.
1 second. I know where you're probably going with this. I'll be frank with you. This isn't my shop. My name's Jarl. This is actually the Magic Mysteries owned by a Vedic spell site. And any discount has to be done by him. Well, he hasn't been back to the shop for a very long time. I'm just an apprentice, and I'm trying to make the place stay afloat, but it's not easy keeping these customers happy.
And
It's,
where would your boss happen to be at, or did he happen to tell you
he's
information?
just vanished, gone. I don't know. He was here 6 months ago, and it's been a while. It's kind of hard to keep a shop floating for as long as, and it's like almost tears welling up in his eyes. It's been very rough. It's been very rough.
Listen here. My name is Roderick Grey Crow. basically what can we do? What we can do here is like I can, if you help us out here, you're also going to be helping yourself and your boss in the long run, because once we scout this out and we're able to figure out what's going on.
No,
trade channels.
He said he wouldn't go into the mines. I know that. He's somewhere in the city, living it up. As I slave away, keeping his damn store afloat.
Do you want us to try to find him for you?
If you could find that, don't tell him I said any of this. But if you could find that son of a gun, tell him to get his butt back here, so I can finally have some much needed armor. I would really appreciate it.
What's his name?
His name's Vadik Spellsight. He's about the same build as me. But he doesn't have a beard, like I don't. But he has a really long brown mustache. You could see it like a mile away. Most dwarves don't curl his, but he's got wax and he keeps it curled. He likes to wear really poofy clothing, frilly stuff. Like he's walking around he's almost always wearing this stupid, ridiculous top hat, and he keeps like one monocle on an eye. You couldn't miss him. It's between you and me, he looks kind of ridiculous, but he's one hell of an enchanter. I took this internship to really hone my craft, and I feel like the last 6 months of him has been trying to test me. That's why I've been holding on desperately. But I want to go home for a bit, you know. 6 months of 24-hour shifts gets a little cranky.
How about this? If you want to slide us those items on the low, we'll watch the store for you. And you can go home.
No, see, I can't. I know this. This is part of his ploy, right? You aren't even real, are you? This is all part of. He's like looking shifty-eyed around the shop. Where are you, Vadik? I'm not failing this test. I assume I'm gonna pass.
Jarl, you really need to rest.
Yes,
I know I need a rest, but I need Vadik back.
Listen, please. Just if we go where we said, just go home, relax, or you can sleep in the back. It doesn't matter which one.
No, I'm not leaving until I see that top hat wearing, monocled and whipped, puffy balloon man walking in.
Okay, if we can get him, would you be able to help us out with a couple items?
Yeah, I don't see one not.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you.
maybe one or two. I mean, he'll clearly go. You did such a great job. The store's yours, right? I'll just say it. So of course I'll be able to do that. I don't see one not. There's a slight twitch underneath his right eye. It's like you can tell he hasn't slept in so long.
I want to use Awakened Mind.
Okay, so you guys silently remain quiet in front of him as he's just kind of starting to mutter to himself. Oh, bastard did this to me.
All right. I could possibly try to get him to go to sleep, but I don't really want to break the law necessarily.
No, we should not do that. Maybe we should just try to find the shopkeeper and see if we're getting some help getting items.
Yeah, if we can get it for discounted or free, that'd be great. Fantastic.
Right.
All right. Jarl, we're gonna go and try to find.
I pick up the bracelet.
The owner.
Put it back on.
Yep. Okay. Alright, if send him back. The sooner the better. For my sanity.
Is there no one else that can watch the store for you to go home and sleep?
I'm his only apprentice. It was so difficult to get this position in the first place. That's why I can't leave until I know he's back.
Okay.
I admire your dedication.
Definitely.
I'll Us dwarves don't know when to quit.
I just
Right
want
under
to wear
his breath.
yourself into the ground in the process, though. Ooh.
I've been through worse. He actually stammers as he says it.
Yeah.
I tap him on the shoulder, said, "You just hang in there, buddy. We'll
Do everything we
you
can.
know, yeah, we'll try to find him." And I give him
Thank you to
guidance.
Mr. Roderick.
I'm Evelyn, by the way.
How do you do, lass? My name is Jarl. Jarl. And he's like rolling off the L off his own tongue. Oh, I'm sorry. It's kind of spacing out. Kind of started happening about week 2, and it's been going on for a long time.
All right, let's go. That's Aniel and behind us as well.
I could try to help his situation.
Oh, if you can, that'd be much appreciated, of course.
Actually, can she? Shit. She could, but then she can't. Let's find out. Shit. Why'd I even offer that without even knowing?
It's okay. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. No. Yeah, she actually would not be able to currently.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought. I mean, if I was back in my prime, it would be very easy, but not right now.
Is there something else that we need to do to help you get there? I
Can't
feel like
where?
our mission's not complete to help you. Like you're just. We'll talk later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wait. Oh, Jarl, do you know where he this Vadix would happen to?
Yeah, that would be very good. And good thing you asked, because you would have been looking around forever.
Yes.
Where did he go again? So, he's an old miser, and he chases the skirts, if you know what I mean. And,
Okay.
So, it's probably one of those establishments. I don't know which ones he's a stand, but that's where I would start.
And just because I'm feeling curious, can I do an insight check to see?
Yes.
Yeah, 19.
20.
19. Oh, okay, I didn't hear that. Sorry, 19? Yeah, this guy is desperate. He wants out, so he's telling you everything he knows to the T. There's not a single doubt in his mind that this guy is probably chasing her. Whether that's true, he just is convinced that that's probably what's happening.
That's what he's convinced. Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Well, let's go check out the.
Rivals.
Let's go to the family. Good old family brothel.
Oh, that one with the.
Is that the one that's
Okay.
over here? It's the only one that's over here, isn't it? I mean, there's 5 more, I guess. There's 5 more.
I never frequent them myself, but if I get out of here, I'm definitely. That'd be a good release. I'll tell you what.
My friend.
Okay.
My friend that may have been a little too much, especially in the presence of ladies. But we're gonna start.
I apologize. I didn't mean to offend.
Can
I've been awake for a long time. It's starting. I feel like I'm seeing shadows come into my face,
There
and
is one in the bramble seat, right?
I've never been to an establishment. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard of any.
No,
You know, just gonna
Jarl,
be
Jarl, you take it easy, buddy.
What? Hope that helps. Please save me.
Okay.
It's like
Alright.
you kind of hear like his voice crack as he almost starts sobbing.
Oh. I feel so bad. Alright.
Alright, let's go. Let's go look for this guy.
All right, so you guys leave the magic mystery with a new side quest. All right, we're gonna go switch to Orc and.
You have to keep track of your side quest. I know nothing of it.
That's not
I'm
my
not writing shit.
All right, so Oric and Doma, you guys are walking through the streets. Where were you headed again? The Smiths?
The Smiths, yeah.
Alright, is there anything you'd like to say to each other or to the townsfolk or along the way?
Hey man, sorry I pieced out yesterday. I didn't want to keep you guys from having fun. I just felt like it was important to see if we could scrounge up a little extra information.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, did you find out anything?
I mean, the magic shop looked good. I was trying to get some information about the constructs that the king mentioned, that they were, making for defense and stuff like that. Once we get back to the library, I mean, they may send us a squire to come and call for us at the McGry's house, but I mean, if we're pretty quick with our shopping here, I don't think we'll miss anything. So, but there's a person up at the library who is in charge of the overseeing, the constructs and their development, and it sounds like they're in charge of, everything related to them. And so if we can get up there, we'll have a chance to meet with them, discuss some stuff. And, with any luck, we can maybe leverage our mission and the task we've been given to, maybe
Get a cool
one
mechanic with
or,
it?
yeah, or information on how to repair one or use one if we run into one now,
Or maybe.
in the mines.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So that was about all I got. So we definitely have a resource. We've got some potential there. Otherwise, there's a potion shop down here, kind of by the Smiths. I'll hit that up while you hit up the Smith if you want.
Before you disappear over there, where would be a good place to sell gold? I'm not too familiar with shopping.
I mean, I imagine a Smith could melt it down and use it as armor, or turn it into coin and sell. Like, I mean, that's.
Yeah,
I would probably start there. And I'll pull out. I've got a candlestick or two as well, I believe. Let me double check my inventory and reach into my bag of holding. And I have 2 pairs of earrings and 2 candlesticks as well.
Okay.
So I'll hand those to you. The pair of earrings were a piece of gold each, and the candlesticks were estimated at 2 gold apiece. So I'll hand those over.
Oh yes, the positions you looted from the farmer community, where we got
Yes, the non-gold ones.
plush owl and
That wasn't me that has that.
yes,
Yeah.
there was someone got like
I got a cat.
yeah, a cat. That's what it was. Definitely never the plush owl. I didn't remember what the other animal was. I thought it was a bear, but yeah, cat sounds about right.
Oh, but I have jewelry I gotta sell, man.
Yeah, you have so much you need to do in town, and instead you
Yeah,
spend
we have
all
a lot
night
of-
partying and having a good time. And anyways,
Hey,
Hey!
it was needed.
It was important.
yeah,
was
it is.
definitely
It
needed.
totally is, and I know everyone had fun, so that's the good thing. All right, so no rush. Like this is what the game is, guys. You do this shit. All right.
So I hand over those for you, Doma. It's roughly going to be equivalent to 2 times 2 is 4, 6 gold pieces total, roughly, in value.
Oh yeah, you're totally working your way to that Ioun stone, all right.
Yeah, we are.
6 gold at a time.
We're going to be there in no time, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we can name it something different for this, since Ioun was probably because it was.
Yeah, for sure. But doesn't mean the
So you
name
need
might.
your own name.
I could, or it could be Ioun still. So I mean, anyways, yeah, Eleanor Stone. She's the goddess of knowledge in this universe. All right. So you guys make your way to the Smiths, yes?
You want to come with?
Yeah, I'll tag along. Might as well.
Alright,
I've got some gold. If we need the leverage, I can help you buy something you can't necessarily afford on your own.
As you make your way and you ask around, and you don't know exactly where it is, so I just need an investigation roll from you guys.
Okay. I mean, we found the store, or we didn't?
You have not. You're looking for it right now. It's more like
And
how long it
Doma,
take.
I understand.
remember, I gave you.
I got 10 for investigation.
I gave you 3 gems, 1 ruby worth 50 gold,
Oh, I
and
have
2
it all.
opals worth 25 or 30.
I actually have quite a few, but I don't have the prices marked down.
Well, I know the 2 opals I gave you were 25 or 30, and the 1 ruby was 50.
I'm not keeping track of opals. I have too many of the bloody things.
But if they're 25 to 30 gold, fuck, dude.
It's worth knowing.
Yeah, dude. When
Yeah,
you
you
have
should know that.
when you're trying to scrap 500 gold for Ioun Stone,
Are we
that's
trying to do that? I don't know that.
well, you don't. Character doesn't know that, but you do know that you want to have assets. Anyway, so it was your total 15. You said there, buddy.
I got 14.
14.
I got 10.
All right. So takes you guys 20. Wait, where are you? You're next to blah 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 blah.
You
McRise.
can't just ask a dwarf in the street.
Yeah, no, you are, but that's what the investigation check. You find one that's willing to talk to you, and you say the right things, like we're looking for a smith, and then like, oh yeah, they don't send you in the wrong direction, or oh yeah, it's like 5 blocks down the right, make a left, and then make a right. Like that's why it's an approximation how long it takes you. So, lucky for you, the smiths are fucking close. So this dice challenge is not very difficult. It takes you 10 minutes to find the shop, in worst case scenario, and you find your way over to this small little shop, and you hear this ping, ping, ping from some blacksmith inside, and you presumably open the door and enter, and you see, what do you see? You see a dark brown-haired, grizzly beard, few scar blotches on his face from possible burns. He's muscled. And he's currently hammering away. You also notice 2 other individuals in the room. Another man. No, I'm sorry, you don't notice this guy. Yes, you see only one other individual in the room. A teenage girl, light brown hair, long, light frame. She's currently effectively dunking a hot piece of metal into a
She's quenching
quenching, cooling, whatever the fuck is. It's just she's dumping in water. So it's like there's a steam sound, and she's wearing some like kind of thick like goggles of sorts. Like the man is currently not wearing anything protecting his face. He's just hammering away. Ping, ping.
I'd like to look around for any conspicuously non-visible characters.
The place is empty. All right, because you're like the one guy that's like, no, you don't see him, right? Yeah, you don't see him, but you feel the dagger in your back.
Oh, perfect. That's all I wanted. Is a ho there.
Hello.
At this moment, the next peanut's about to strike, and it stops the hammer about halfway. The guy turns and faces you all, and you see a dwarf again, pretty muscular. He looks towards the other girl, and he does a head gesture towards her, and she decides to put the piece of metal down onto some sort of like giant metal table of sorts, and she takes rolls the glasses up over her head, and you see her face, and she's pretty. Doesn't seem to what is it?
Pretty for a dwarf.
Pretty.
I mean, dwarves can definitely be attractive, man.
She's pretty.
Right, so she's pretty. But she's young.
For a dwarf.
Teenager years. Probably 15 or 16. And so she comes up to this other individual, and he walks up towards you. He extends a hand, and he realizes he's wearing one of his leather mitts, and so he takes the mitt out, and then he gestures a hand toward you. Alright, what can I do for you?
Give him a friend handshake. From looking to buy a new weapon, honestly. Mine kind of took a beating.
Right, no, you're kind of not to be rude, but you're not from around here, are you?
I am not.
Oh, it's a nice handshake you got there, lad. Almost as good as any other dwarf I've met. I've got as you can see, I've got an assortment of apparel around this area. And he gestures towards armors and to weapons, and I was like, what are you looking for exactly?
Technically, I'm looking for 2 things. I was wondering how much plate armor costs around here, and I'm looking for a new pick.
Plate armor's a pretty lengthy entrepreneurship. It takes a long time, and it comes at a heavy price. I don't actually have a full set. I only have a half plate available.
I don't know what that would be in D&D terms.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to you about the little D&D terms, buddy. So, half plate.
I've never bought armor before.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm pulling it up. One moment. Alright, so half plate
but half is good.
is 15 art AC, but you can add up to 2 of your dex modifier. However, it still provides disadvantage on stealth checks. So
Wait,
if
what did it do for my dex?
it adds 15, it has a 15 base AC, and then you add or subtract up to 2 of your dex modifier. Actually, no, I think it just only adds. I don't think it can subtract from it. So yeah, it adds up to a positive of 2 dex. So if you have a 12 in dex, it gives you a 16 AC, and if you have a 14 in dex, it now gives you a 17 AC. So it can be better than chainmail, provided you have at least a +2 mod in dex.
Let me look at my dex real quick. I don't. I have a +1.
So with that, it's effectively just as good as your chainmail. Yeah, they do both exactly the same thing, and it's substantially more expensive.
It would just look more platey. Good to know.
Right.
I see.
Just to let you know, like, if you want to, a standard plate set takes about diligence for about a whole year to make a full plate set. So that's a hefty price associated with it. The half plate would be about half a year's worth of work. But it's still quite a lot of coin that you'd have to drop for it.
In the ballpark around, there's a question mark at the end of that.
About what? I'm sorry. When you... Oh, like how much it costs. Oh,
Yeah.
Gosh, the amount of time that I spent on that. God, I don't think I would pass it for less than 750 gold. That's half a year's worth of my life spent on that, crafting it diligently.
True enough. Well, thank you for the info on that. I currently can't.
No problem. Most people can't afford it. That's why I don't see it literally around the environments. Weapons are more common, and people tend to prefer chainmail and such. It's almost as good. That just works a little bit better for those that are a little bit more dexterous.
Yeah, for sure. He would pull out his war pick and spin it around in his hand a little.
Oh, that thing is ravaged. Oh, it hurts me just to look at it.
I know, right?
You see, like, the girl, she's cringing too.
I've been through a lot with this thing, as you can tell easily.
That's a goner. It looks like it's about to break the next time you strike something with it, buddy.
Pretty much. Goodness me. Would you be selling a replacement for something like this?
I mean, specifically a pick like that?
Or maybe something slightly better?
I turned the bill on, like, I mean, we're gonna be gone on a quest. What do you think of having him, like, melt down the head of that pick and reforge it with something a little bit better? And you said it had some sentimental value, you might as well keep it.
It does have sentimental value.
I could definitely turn it or twist it or use parts of it in making a new weapon. Would be a commission charge on reforming it, but there would be a little bit of discount since you provide some of the material. It will take a couple, maybe a day or two, depending on what you're trying to do, of course.
Cha-ching!
It's nice that there's a discount.
We got shit to do, so we have time.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, we're gonna be here a while. It's nice. It's possible. I would love to get this reforged into something new.
What are you trying to make it into? Currently, it's just basically a metal stick. So, I mean, it's a lot of possibility for it. Again, it's only gonna. It depends on what you're. If you're trying to make like a great axe, it's not gonna get. You're not gonna get very far.
I don't know if you know what you have, but
It's a metal stick.
it's a high quality metal stick.
I'm used to wielding this type of weapon. What would you recommend if not this?
Well, there's one thing that well, you're not from around here. He looked. Can I see that for a second?
Yeah. And I would hand the very delicate war pick over to him.
Do you happen to have any other weapons from wherever you're from? Just curious. This is not the type of ore we normally use. either of you.
Javelins.
Oh, would you
I
mind?
pull
And
out-
he
I
hands,
pull out-
he just, and he like grabs it and he starts looking at it. See
I'm
this
glad I
here,
have this
Becca, this
conversation.
is a very, this is where we can learn a lot from the other cultures, right?
This is true.
If only the Glade Gate was actually open.
We've come a long way, so this is... You're not going to see it for a while, at least. Unless we succeed in our
Keen
quest.
how's anything to do about it, we'll never see it. Well, so, as you can see, there's definitely difference in craftsmanship here, and he's like gesturing to the girl, and he's pointing at it, and whatever metal they used here, I'm guessing it's some kind of, potentially based off of iron, perhaps? We don't carry a lot of that around here. But thank you for sharing, and he like, he like hands it back after his like studious moment with this this girl. Yeah, we don't tend to. I mean, I don't have that all available, but so surmising, you probably aren't familiar with dwarf or Midan smithy, I should say. We deal with bronze. Bronze is our main thing now. Our bronze tends to be a little bit more sturdy than the bronzes out from the Colette Legion. It's got some kind of magical property, I guess they say. I'm not fully certain of it. It's a little bit harder to twist and turn the way you want it, but it makes a fine weapon, a fine piece of armor.
Finer than this, maybe?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, is that the javelin you're gesturing with the stick?
No, Fuck, there's not much left of the stick. Probably the javelin.
I mean, I could definitely craft an identical of that of the bronze, and I'm sure that it will be sharper. It takes time, but that of course means that your majority of materials are coming from me. The price goes up.
This is true.
Just presenting options to you. So if you're looking at whatever that stick once was, and we use it as a basis, I mean, it's possible that I could try to mint it down, reform it into something. Probably makes more of a hilt than anything, and then kind of expand off of it. I could make a short sword. I could even make a long sword out of it, honestly. And we could add bronze accents and just coat it around the ledges and kind of form out a new weapon, and probably would be sharper than that one. It could just be more of like, I guess, more of a nostalgicness to it.
Just to let you know.
How about a lance?
Yeah,
Would a
but
lance work for you?
a long sword can be used one-handed, good sir. You can also use it two-handed when you need to. They're very versatile type weapons. In fact, they're called versatile for a reason, because it's literally the classification of the fucking weapon.
Look at page 149 here. Do you have the player handbook?
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, this is why I was wondering why you picked a war pick in the first one. Long swords do 1d8 slashing when they're used. A long sword uses.
That's why I picked the hammer.
So the war pick, which you have, is a 1d8 piercing damage. A long sword does 1d8 slashing damage. However, a long sword can, if you have two hands available, you can, for one round of combat, switch to two-handed mode and get an actual 1d10 of slashing damage. The difference between the two items is that the long sword's slightly heavier. It's 3 pounds compared to 2 pounds. And you sacrifice the versatility, but you get piercing damage. And so some things are resistant to slashing and piercing, or vice versa. So you kind of ideally diversify your portfolio. If you really like a certain weapon tile, you say fucking just get that weapon because you're in love with that type of... You think that weapon's romantic. For me, I love glaives, regardless of how good they are. I just think they're really cool weapons.
Yeah.
That's true. Gosh.
Branch out.
I was kind of
Branch
like
out.
war pick. Quit making me expand my horizons.
I'm not trying to make it. You can make a war pick if that's what it once was.
No, it's fine.
He cocks an eyebrow, like kind of not sure if it ever was anything.
Clarence, would I be able to wield it with two hands with my shield, or that wouldn't
No.
work?
What about a lance?
So the thing is like, so you can't get benefit the 2 AC when you switch to it, effectively.
So basically I'd be sacrificing AC for next turn.
Yeah, for that, so you can choose in the combat, like this turn I'm gonna go more offensive, and your shield is positioned in a way where you're not using it to block, you're now going offensive, and you can get the extra 2 damage, and and then the next round
It's
of
like the
combat,
drone on our back.
the rest of that round of combat, you suffer the ill effects of your -2 AC. Then next turn, you could go, no, I'm going back to shield, sword, and board, and so now you're back to.
I do like the versatility of that.
Right, that's why it is the most commonly picked weapon for strength build characters, because they can shield it when they want to, and it's very easy to just move it off and left. Like, you don't even throw it to your back. Like, shields can be positioned in a way where you can like slide your hand through all the way. You don't have to just hold onto a rim.
Right.
So it depends on what kind of shield you have, and in this case, I'd probably say you would just be able to easily move it around. I wouldn't invoke anything on it for you. It'd be a flourish to switch to a versatility or not, unless you're like obviously like if your hand's crushed or something, then you can only one hand, but you're not getting your shield effect anyways, right? So it's slashing damage versus piercing.
With a broken hand.
It's slashing damage versus piercing damage, and it's slightly more weight, but it's also more expensive to have a short sword, because that technically is not a short sword, long sword. It's a more expensive item.
I mean, you're looking in the book. It's only.
By the way, that sword I have.
Don't tell him.
What is it made out of?
The short sword you have, you pull it out.
I don't know it from memory.
So do you pull the short sword out of your bag?
Yeah.
The dwarf's eyes go wide. What do you have there?
Short sword I found a little while ago.
But that's... I haven't seen a weapon like that. The dwarves used to make... I'm sorry, the Midan dwarves used to make weapons like that millennia ago. That's a material that I can recognize the craftsmanship from here. Can I see that?
Of course.
He takes a shot. Oh my god. Rebecca, look at this. This is... Oh man, this is back way, way, way long ago. Interesting enough, it's not made of bronze. It's similar to the stuff you had. Interesting. I don't know where they got the material, but look at the... it's so beautiful. Oh my. I'm sorry. I had. This was a good opportunity to teach my daughter. Are you willing to sell it?
Art with it.
Oh, yeah, I'm willing to buy it. How much do you want to sell it for?
That's a good question. Goodness me. You think, if I was to give you that, you'd be able to give me a pretty nice discount on crafting something new for my longsword?
What are you trying to make? Just the longsword?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll trade you the entirety of a longsword, a full bronze longsword for that, for sure. Or if you want to keep your stick in it, I will craft the stick in the bronze longsword. If you want that nostalgia in it, still for it with no extra cost. That's a fair trade to my book. I mean, the
history and the things you can learn from that, I'm sure it's worth that.
Exactly. The weapon itself, clearly, as you can see, there's some chip marks on it. It's not as good of a weapon as it would be, but it's got great historical importance. And any smith that's like also has the eye. It's a treasure to have around the shop to show the history of what you have.
I would be willing to make that deal for sure.
Oh, splendid. So then, what is it that what do you want? So, do you want a full bronze weapon on its own? Do you want the stick melted down in it? Do you want the kind of accents in it? What do you want to do? And then I can tell you how long it's gonna take.
I would want some accents in it with this. It's mainly sentimental value. I just want one piece of it around with me, you know.
Sure, yeah. So I can definitely liquefy it and apply some embellishment into a bronze weapon. What kind of weapon you want? I mean, I can make practically anything you want.
Longsword would do.
Sure, that sounds great to me. It's gonna take me probably... I mean, I don't have any other commissions going right now, so I could definitely turn on this. I mean, I'll be going to bed soon, but Becca, you could start working on it if you'd like, and I can double check to make sure it meets grade in the morning. The girl nods her head. Would you be willing to accept that?
Would you be willing to throw a lance in with all of this?
Oh boy.
I could get a lance half discount.
How much would that be around?
Yeah. Five gold?
For that? For that glorious piece of history,
Oh my god.
which no one else will find anywhere.
You can try your persuasion check. Good luck.
Okay.
Please have good luck.
14, persuasion's 2, 16.
5 gold is so fucking cheap, you cheapskates. Jesus Christ.
I didn't want to bring it down.
You said 16?
Yeah.
I don't know, lad. I feel like I'm.
Wow, you said yourself, it's something to have on the wall.
I understand.
You know what? I'll make you a deal. You can put your brand on my sword.
Yeah. Gilmore's glorious ghouls.
Well, I mean, every blacksmith puts their name somewhere on their
But
weapon.
more prominently.
Oh, you mean like on the blade, which gets chipped and that will fall apart? Yeah, I mean, you're cleaning that thing around. You don't really put your name or your signia on the hilt. That's the thing that tends to get...
It's true.
I don't know, I'm not trying to insult you, but there's a reason it works the way
I feel
it
like
does.
someone is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, whoever that asshole is. Yes, the gods. So, I mean, I guess, how about 4 gold, 8 silver?
8 silver? Sold.
4 gold, 8 silver. 4 gold, 8 silver.
8 silver, sold.
4 gold. Maybe we should,
digest, good friend, digest. That's a fair deal.
Alright, so a long sword, and you want this liquid down and added in accents. Is there anything specific that you want, like a way you want? You just want in the hilt, like inside the core, or do you want me to like embellish the blade with partial of this,
Could you
in it?
embellish the blade, but a tree along it?
That's a little bit rough.
I'm
That's
willing to give
delicate.
it extra for it.
The thing about that is that takes substantial more time, and then there's the process of when you attempt to do it that it doesn't work the right way. It could cost you substantially more, even if the law attempt to pay more for it. It's not a simple task. I don't think smithing is a delicate art, and I would make a weapon, and if it doesn't come up the way, I'd have to like resmelt it and try it all over again. It could be a very, very long process, and it could take a large amount of time, which the cost could potentially. That's a very intricate design that you're asking for. So I mean, I could try to put some leaves, or but not a whole tree. That's gonna be a little bit of a.
How about vines going along with some trees sprouting off?
Some mines?
Vines.
Vines! Oh yeah, sorry, I can go for it. Yeah, I could try, for sure.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, sounds like a deal. And he extends his hand out towards you.
Firm handshake.
Excellent. And then he opens a palm towards you, waiting for you to deposit the stick.
I'll give him my stick.
Alright, you can expect it probably half a day or a day. It depends on how much Becca here gets overnight. You can handle this, right, Becca? I'll get it good, pops. It's not gonna be too difficult for me. Alright, sounds great. Feel free to stop by around, I guess it's like lunchtime tomorrow. We should see where progress comes along, how things are coming along, and then I'll get you a better time period after that.
Alright. I'll stop by before I head to bed.
I don't mean to pry, but do I just hold on to this now as a deposit, or do I give it back to you, or?
The sword. Short sword.
Yes, the short sword.
I feel like you're a man of worth. You can hold on to it.
Splendid. Right. And he
Show it off in your shop?
did it come with a hilt? Just curious.
I do not believe so.
Oh, that's a shame. I heard the hilts they had back in those days was something special too. Right, and then you want a bronze javelin, correct?
Correct. I'll throw in.
Wait, did you want a lance or a bronze javelin?
Lance, sorry.
Yeah, a lance. Yes, I can get you a lance. You are aware of how lances function, correct?
Their reach and their special. I don't know.
Okay, do you know what that special? Do you know what that special means?
It means they're special.
There's
Are you
some.
proficient with the lance?
Hello, owls.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Mike.
probably do. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's okay. So here's the.
Just curious.
I'm just gonna to save.
It's a martial melee weapon. Yeah, fuck me. Okay.
I can wield it, but I don't want to.
It's also you have disadvantage when you use a lance to attack a target within 5 feet of you. So you have to be doing reach, or you're on a mount, and then you can be no problem.
So what do you want?
Okay, let me swap that out for. This bullshit.
You want a one-handed?
Here you go. I'm gonna give you this light hammer too. Why don't you go ahead and do the same thing? Maybe we can shave off some material costs. And can you make me a metal quarterstaff?
I mean, I can make you a metal quarterstaff. I mean, I can make you a quarter. There's no need to deposit that hammer into it. I can make you a bronze quarterstaff if you'd like.
That's true. And the quarterstaff
that's cheaper.
Less complicated than.
Guys, it's also cheaper than than the lance.
Tell you what, let's just throw it in.
You want the hammer in the quarterstaff anyways?
No, I mean, you want to just maybe perhaps throw the quarterstaff in with
Yeah, I can throw the quarterstaff in with no extra cost then, just the sword, and then we'll make this long sword with the accents of your stick, and then we will, I'll throw in a bronze quarterstaff.
Now, this light hammer, would this light hammer and the metal that we use, would that be something that you would be interested in? Is it valuable for you?
I've never really used it, and it's not a lot of supply, so I mean, like, there's value in learning from it, but you need a consistent usage to try to help you when you make mistakes. There's not.
You're fine then. Yeah, I understand.
So I did one of those things. If the gate was open, it would be much more likely to be valuable to us.
Well, we'll do what we can to open that gate for everyone.
Sounds like a deal. All right, lads. Thank you for the time. Becca, you're gonna get on that right away. Yes, Pops. All right. Excellent.
Thank you, Becca. Thanks, Pops.
By the way, do you know where there's a jeweler's nearby?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, there's one not terribly far from here. I'll have to go to Brandel Seat, but there is one.
That's fine. I'm selling and buying.
So just head off in that direction. You'll see a shop. I don't even know its name. It's not something that I really care too much about. But
Is there a sign that I might recognize?
You would tell from the windows that it's got a bunch of jewelry inside it.
Alright.
A bunch of the rich folk buy crap from there all the time. Some common folk don't really need it.
Alright, well, thanks for the hospitality and all the help you've been doing. I'll be back later.
Alright.
More than we could have hoped for. Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy your trials.
Endure your trials. I mentioned the dome on the way out, kind of as an aside. I'm like, shoot, I forgot to mention this. I was wandering around the city, like, everyone was saying endure your trials. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the Temple of Thunder.
It's gotta do with that guy, right?
It's Vlad, yeah. They're definitely, it's the worshippers of Vlad. The Temple of Storms. I'm pretty sure they're his followers.
Guys haunting us for bloody ever.
Yeah, well, it started when you peed your pants. Come on, let's go to the alchemy store.
He's gonna look.
All right, so as you guys walk, you're walking to Remedies, right?
Yeah, I want Remedies.
All right, Evelyn and Roderick, where were you guys headed?
Wow. Roderick is not here.
He died.
Yeah, okay, he fell asleep.
So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Spam him.
I guess it's time to go to bed then.
Marshall.
He went AFK and he's not answering my messages. I don't know where he's at.
Where's Relina? Where's Relina? The voice is a little... I've been doing dwarf all fucking night, man. What is this? This is fucking... Hour 7, and Dwarf is pretty rough in the chords. I don't know if I can actually do her right now. Really? No, I can, as I'm trying it, it sounds off. Yeah, I just feel this, like, really large, dry. I know tomorrow I'm gonna sound super raspy like I have a cold.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so this is me attempting Relina Lemire. It's not really on
that's
point. It's
good.
close, but not exactly correct.
I miss my Rolita.
Oh, I
It's
miss you too,
good.
Eddie. But,
I still have a picture of her.
oh, the one that I drew myself. Oh, God.
Yep, I still have it.
I still have a drawing
The
of her.
Googes
from
and
way back
Gadgets.
when.
Yes, the Googes and Gadgets. Lemire's Emporium.
Ah! A name!
Oh, shit!
Someone write that down!
Fuck! Mike, you screwed me over! God damn it!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ramir's Angorian?
Yes.
No!
Yes, you're right.
Ramir's
Ingorian. Ingorium, please.
Ingorian?
Yes, Ingorium.
God.
You
Al
like
knows
you
what it
gore people.
Of course I know what it is.
Alright, so
What am I gonna tell you guys?
alright, so we're out of Roderick, and I was gonna try to see if they
Well,
could.
for God's
Where
sake,
were you
it's
headed,
all
Evelyn? Just
forever ago.
curious. Where were you headed?
I think we were headed to the brothel to find that dude.
Oh yes, you guys started that side quest. All right,
And then I need
so
to find a jeweler at some point because I need to.
and they're
offload
looking
my-
for a jeweler, but they're also
I
considering
fucking
remedies.
know. I'm pissed because that's where I need to go.
All right, well, so then let's
I
just.
don't know this, so.
So no, we'll have it simplified. Can you guys just go to a jeweler's and you meet up with Evelyn?
let's-
Thank God. All right.
Let's just say we bump into each other going to. The
Yeah, that's kind of like I was looking at my map. I literally have a map of Midan that I drew, right? Because I
do
put
it.
a lot of time into Midan.
The man that hates maps made a map.
I did. I have a map of this. I really wanted to give you guys a really high quality experience of Midan, and I feel like I've kind of
Midan's
kept up
really
to
really
it so
cool
far.
Yeah, it's paid off.
Whew.
It's amazing.
So
I just wish I could see the map myself.
yeah, but you can only kind of get a lay of the land. I actually just showed it to the camera, but my camera's so small that it's like.
Excuse me, sir. Is there a place I can buy maps in this town?
Yeah, there's a guy named Tyriok. He's located on 5th and Avenue.
Fucking
He
Tyriok.
seems to be missing an arm. My name's Tyriok, and I don't know
Damn
about.
basilisk.
Yeah,
Look at
basilisk.
you
All right.
time.
So, you go to the jewelers. You get to the you guys are looking for the jewelers. You don't know the name
hey,
specifically,
Evelyn.
but yeah, you see Evelyn and
hey.
Roderick as they're like walking around the Brandel seat in the middle of town, and they're like, "Oh hey, how's it going?" Because apparently I'm
Hey,
Roderick
guys.
now.
We're off to the jewelers.
Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
no
that's
way.
great, guys. I
Saw
know
some
this
shit.
is Roderick here. I totally miss Krista.
Oh, Doma, we found this amazing thing, and I'm gonna try to get it for you because it's really, really cool. It's a shield that does damage when people hit you, and you like you like fire damage back or some shit.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
don't-
know.
Bloody
I mean,
amazing.
But we need to
don't
get
don't
some
sell
gold
them up
together,
because it's gonna cost probably a lot of money there, buddy.
Well, but we're gonna try, and we're gonna do
Did
our
you
best.
guys check the price?
No,
We didn't actually talk about.
Hey.
Oh, look, yeah, sorry.
You know what, Aniel? It's okay.
I
We're
don't-
gonna make this work.
Right.
Yeah,
We did learn something that there's a potential quest for us.
Basically,
I guess.
the store
that's
owner's missing.
Oh, you're
We're gonna
back. Cool,
find
dude.
him,
I was playing you there
and,
for a moment.
We're heading to the
Hey, by the way,
jewelers.
if you gotta go to bed, any one of you, you're totally free to bail. We're totally past our normal time here, so I'm not gonna force
Oh,
you to
no
stay
way.
up.
I'm never sleeping.
Evelyn would totally pass out the next time we go AFK, like where she has to do nothing. I'm sure of it.
I would do what now?
Pass out.
She sounds pretty awake to me.
Alright.
I'm pretty weak.
So, Roderick, are you there?
For reals, dudes.
You just came back to the channel, but you're not saying anything. Roderick. Oh my god, my man. My man! My man. My man! My man!
I don't want that now.
My man. Alright, well, I guess you're not.
My man!
My man! Oh, jeez.
What does the mailman say?
Oh, jeez,
My
Rick.
man!
Alright, well, Someone's gonna keep playing Roderick until he actually says something, if he ever says something. Alright, let's,
His head's all jacked up.
So, right, so there's a quest. We have a quest. You guys have a quest, and you kind of divulge them in the information about the shop
Yes,
owner,
we tell them everything.
Jarl, and what was his name again?
Jarl, and we're looking
Belly Dad
for...
or something. Ugh, there's so many things.
Hold on. I have notes.
I do too. I'm scrolling up to find it. Yeah, it is. Vatic.
It's
Vatic.
spell site.
Correct. Vatic spell sprite. You guys talk about his very illustrious attire.
And his amazing mustache, which he uses like product in.
Yeah,
He's got a top
It's that
hat and a
it's that
monocle.
19 or like 1890s like silent picturesque villain with the curled mustache that kind of circles into itself
And the
as well.
puffy and frilly clothing, like
Yes.
totally Victorian. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the description that Jarl gave you.
Wow, it's something.
All right.
But I'm not gonna lie, this guy, he basically has been staying at the store 24 hours a day, working it since this guy went missing. So he's a little kind of,
Little cookie.
yeah. He hasn't slept. I think he's a little paranoid and a little.
Gosh.
I feel
But
really
he has some
bad
cool
for him.
stuff. We're gonna try to get it. We're gonna see what we can work out here. So.
It would be in his best interest if we do find this Vatic, for sure.
For sure.
Agree with that. He looked pretty bad.
So that's one
God,
thing that
but
we've learned. What did
Major
you
rest.
learn in your travels so far?
What happened with your stuff?
We went to a blacksmith, and it was pretty interesting. Now, you know that short sword we found that I almost killed someone with?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's pretty rare. I got a trade.
Shit.
I got a trade for a nice long sword and something else.
So you traded an item that could be cursed to an innocent individual.
It's
We know
uncursed.
it's not
I
cursed.
know it's not cursed. I checked it myself.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Maybe we should have had Jarl look at it and make sure it wasn't. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, you know what? You're getting some new shit. You deserve it.
Well, so
sure.
what are you guys doing off here in Brandel's seat?
We're going to the jewelers.
Oh, that's coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
it
some
was-
stuff
it was
I have
on
to
the way
sell,
to the
so.
library.
What kind of stuff do you guys have to sell?
Jewelry from that farming village that we.
Ah, yes.
Right.
I have a bit from there too. I also have some savings I've been scraping along the way.
Also, this Badix guy that we're looking for, it sounds like he was hitting up the brothels. So I hope
It's
you
an
guys
interesting
don't
place to
mind.
check.
I know.
That's if the Jarl individual is, if
He seemed convinced, but we're not really sure. So
I mean, if you guys wanted to go to the brothel, you can just say so.
I don't want to go. I'm just saying.
Well, guys, then should we make our way?
Go to the jewelers.
Yes, the
The
jeweler.
jewelers.
And you guys kind of meander around through this giant square, and you find the jeweler that they're probably referring to, and you enter the shop, and there appears to be a very old man, wrinkled up. He is completely bald. He is he's got a beard, but he doesn't have a mustache. And the beard seems to be almost like falling out. You see like almost like liver spots is what they are, right? Or this is a very old dwarf, definitely in his senior years. There's some hair growing out of his nose. There's some hair growing out of his ears. He's very thin and gout. But he's there he is as you guys come in. Welcome. What can I get ya? Oh God,
That
it
voice
hurts.
is gonna kill you.
No, yeah, definitely, it hurts. I'm literally clutching my neck right now after using that voice.
I can just hear it like, oh god, Laris is breaking his voice box.
Oh, dude, we're on 7 hours right now.
Maybe Roderick, speak.
He's trying to speak. He's just not saying anything.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Apparently he jacked up his mic.
No, he needs to disconnect and reconnect. I think this happened to him once before.
He was hoping to do it without restarting his computer, I think, but we can't hear you.
Why don't you just disconnect and reconnect?
Yeah, did he DC from Discord?
He's still on Discord right now. There, he left now.
Yeah.
Now he's back.
Hello?
Like, so shut Discord off. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta-
close it with Task Manager and reopen.
Yeah, you gotta.
You don't have to
explain
close
the
it with Task
process.
Manager. You just go down into your little dashboard and click the little thing, and you right-click Discord and you say quit. Don't actually the Taskmaster.
I don't know, I just Task
Alright, well anyways, we'll keep going without him as he works his stuff, and I'll just keep doing Roderick, his impression of a disgruntled guy. It sounds like he smokes.
Oh my god! Wow.
I want to hear a story from the old guy now.
Look out! You all came to my shop. You all just standing around there doing. What can I help you with?
I'm sorry, sir. We've come to sell a few things, actually. We've acquired on our travels. They're pretty interesting, if I say so myself.
I'll be the one to determine if they're interested. Feel free to put what you're considering here on your counter.
I'm gonna put the... Let's see, where's my items?
And you blame me for messing with my stuff. You know, Mike, I don't know what to say. I do it to
Gold
myself.
earrings I have, the normal pair of earrings, candlesticks that are, I think were silver, 2 gold candlesticks.
Okay, so you know the approximate values that I gave you effectively on those items.
You never
To
gave me candlesticks.
expedite this process, we're going to just he's going to offer you what the value is on it. That's what it comes down to. Unless you're trying to upsell it, then it's going to be negotiation time.
I just want to sell my stuff for what it's worth.
Then that's he takes it for what I quoted you originally.
All right.
So you can
If
just.
that's true,
Hey,
then I
oh god damn, that hurts. Jesus Christ.
talk
Okay,
normally, fool.
I'm gonna give him the 1 pocket watch for 10 gold, and the 64 gold worth of jewelry that I have.
64 gold. What?
Uh-huh.
Damn,
Yeah.
someone's been pillaging tombs there. Poor innocent
I
dead
have
farmers taking
74
their
gold.
All right. Ugh. All right, so you've liquidated your assets, and then Mr. Doma, were you trying to get anything value beyond that?
I'm pretty sure the 2 golden candlesticks were 15.
All
It says
right.
15-ish on my thing. That's probably literally what you told
It's
me.
15-ish for the pair, I think.
I don't know.
Well,
Because that watch is worth 10.
yes. Okay, fantastic. Do you remember where you got the candlesticks from specifically? What room of what
Fort
It was
class?
a farm town. Yeah.
No,
What-
it was Fortall.
Oh, was it?
Oh.
The gift bag.
Yeah, those are 15 gold. Those are 15 gold
Right,
apiece.
the looters!
Those are 15. Well, looter. That could still be out there with tons of stuff that's not his. Those would be about 15 gold apiece, roughly. And this is why it's really important for you guys to actually quote where you got the stuff, because I'm gonna completely forget and have to go.
The 2 gold earrings I have were from the farming village.
Same with the
Those are gonna be
same
like
with
a
the
gold
2
a pop.
candlesticks I
It's
gave
basically they're not.
Same
They're
with the
not.
2 candlesticks. I'm pretty sure they were 6 gold each. Something like that. I don't know what he told me.
There were 2 gold apiece.
2 gold apiece. And
So the candlesticks and the earrings all together were worth roughly 6 gold pieces.
that's why I wrote it down.
So then at that point, or just add 6 gold to your inventory. Doma sold your stuff because you're not trying to upsell, right?
Not really.
All right. So then that's that. Anything else that you wanted to try to talk about, purchase, or acquire?
I have gems to sell. The opals are 25 to 30. What are they actually worth when selling?
The opals.
Because I have.
How many do you have?
Price.
It's very important. How many do you have?
No.
That's all right. The Ioun stone can be up to 5,000 gold. I'm safe, no matter what I do. All right. So, how many of them were from the original pack? Not including Evelyn's added inventory for you.
What original pack?
Where'd you originally get them? You got them from this a satchel, right? Somewhere, a jewelry box or something.
Oh god, I got these things all over the opals Fuck, I got them from like everywhere.
That's why
Two came
so,
from me and one ruby.
your jewelry is not just I have 500 opals. It's I have opals of varying quality. You kill a dragon, and his horde is going to have probably finer, more valuable jewelry. You do need to distinguish the difference between opals that are just from a common farmer and opals that come from a fucking mayor or a.
I don't know.
If
where
you
one is
looted fucking okay, hold on. Sir Wellington Weston, the 13th of Willingham, he would have very valuable jewelry in it, sir. So, it's very important to differentiate it. So, I have to assume that's kind of worst case
I
scenario
got
here.
a lot of this from the foretell. I just don't know where one opal is from.
Alright, and the value you have currently in like parentheses is like 15 gold, 30 gold, you said?
It's 25 to 30 is what Owl told me for hers. Those were 2.
Okay, that's the that is the actual value of the gem, of which he wants to sell it to make a profit back. Because that's what the reagent costs to when you use it as a reagent. It's gonna say this is the actual value of the item. If someone's gonna buy it, so you were selling it up to that max. If he's trying to return it back for profit, it's going to be a little bit more of a difference. Well, he is a jeweler, so that's going to be a little bit more in his alley.
Robert, can you hear us?
I brought it to the guy.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
All right, how many do you have? Because this actually is important because he's only going to buy so many. He doesn't need a million opals. Oh, he's willing to buy 6. Nah, he'll buy it. So I quoted it for 30 gold a pop, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right, he's willing. His first offer is 20 gold apiece.
Let's make it 25, and I'm willing to sell you a diamond at a discount.
Alright, how much is the diamond? Let's see it.
I got it from the foretell thing.
Any value posted on it?
No. I don't think I got a value.
Alright, and you try to quote it. Yeah, I remember you tried to look at yourself and you could not ascertain a full price. You got a range, right? And you wrote that range down, did you not? Because I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't remember you giving me a range.
Oh, that's great. So that means I can give you anything now because you didn't take good
It's
notes.
true.
Yes. Alright, so
I was barely
Fort
taking
Paul
notes.
jewelry, that diamond. I'm gonna look up the spell that I was probably thinking of at the time I was referencing that.
Wow, you can
Alright, that diamond's pretty valuable. What's the discount you're trying to offer me? Boy.
let's say I'll give you 10 off of it.
So effectively, you're asking for. Let me do the math there. Instead of my 20 gold offer, the opal you're asking me to do 25 gold per opal. Then you give me 10 back. So effectively, you're saying I should spend 30 more gold, but I get 10 back. So you profit 20 gold. I don't really see how this is coming in my favor.
It's coming in on paper.
My counter offer is that I'm going to offer you at max now because you're insulting my intelligence. 22 gold per opal max. That's it. Take it or leave it.
Okay, 22 gold. Full.
Alright. So you can sell your
Whatever
6.
the goal is.
Your 20. You can sell your 6 opals for 22 a pop. So 132 gold has been thrown into your avatar. He takes your 6 opals. Alright. And are you interested in selling the
I am pretty interested in selling the diamond.
Alright. Can I see it, please? He pulls out like a little one of these like glasses you can like examine in on it. It's almost like a monocle, but
Before I hand it to him, can I take a peek at it?
you already have.
Yeah, and I
It's
say
a long time. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
I say to Doma aside briefly, keeping an eye on the shopkeeper so he doesn't do the bait and switch, but Doma, that's a clearly valuable gem. I think we've got enough Mac users in our group that we can probably do something pretty
I don't think
worthwhile with
anyone
it.
has anything for a diamond, do they?
Well, we know that it's a very good conductor for like magic, and Evelyn's an enchantress.
Well,
see what he offers for it.
I'm gonna offer you.
I mean, there are certain spells that you use diamonds for, so it could be something that we might want to keep on reserve just in case. But it's up to you. It's your.
Let's see what he offers first.
Yeah, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying keep it in mind.
Evelyn, you can have your 2 rubies back.
I think I would be willing to buy this for about 100 gold. If you're willing to sell it for 100 gold.
It's not bad towards our goal.
It's not bad.
Oh man, that's tough.
Isn't it?
I'm fine either way. I'm just making sure we're considering all the angles.
Right.
Diamonds are too rare to find.
Realistically, I mean, we're going underground. We're going to be in a mine. We might find more.
Shut up, Mike.
It's true.
Shut up. Don't you spoil it.
Our chat person is telling us to save it.
Damn it. Mike. Fuck you, Mike. You little snitch.
Can I do a perception check on it? See what it's
No, you can't. I've already fucking, like, you can't perception. You can insight him.
How much is the diamond worth?
He said he's willing to. He said he was willing to buy it for 100. Is what he said he was willing to
But
buy.
how much is it worth in your notes? Did you not write notes down for how much it was worth?
I
He did
couldn't
not. He tried to ascertain it, and I did tell him, and he forgot, which is just all my privy.
I did not write down my notes way back when.
No, you did.
Lairs just didn't tell him.
No, I definitely did. I remember.
I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
I remember the
I'm
price I
kidding.
gave him. Actually, I know the value that I gave him on that diamond. So,
I think we learned a valuable lesson here today.
yeah.
It's a 14 on insight.
Worth.
So what was your 13?
It's a learning process.
13?
14.
This guy seems to be earnest. I mean, he's willing to buy it for 100 gold right now.
Oh boy. What do you guys think?
Fuck you, Mike. I fucking hate you. God
Wow.
damn it. Fucking, you
I think there's a strong argument both ways, but
There really is.
I think you keep it.
There is. I say keep it for now.
It's not like his shop's going anywhere.
It's true, I can always bring it back. I think
And
You can always come back, and I'm
we
sure that I would be willing to buy it for the same price in the future. I have diamonds here. I'm not in a rush. But if you are going with a gossip percent and you're going in the mines, it might be better to turn that into something that could be used to help you. So I mean, it's your call. I'm not pushing you in any way. You've been more than enough business for me already.
I think we should keep it for now.
for now we'll keep it.
If it comes down to something and we need it in a pinch, we at least know we have it. Yeah.
I can sell my body.
No one's gonna buy that. That's lad. That's not. That's no.
I'm exotic, and I put my leg up on a bench.
So do you?
Evelyn just looks at Roderick like,
And I lean into a lunge.
So, sir, Mr. Blonde Hair, are you going to sell it or are you taking it back?
Said I would be keeping it.
All right, here then. As you like reach towards it, and he puts his hand above it. All right, 150 gold.
Keep holding out, Doma. Keep holding out.
You're raising the price.
oh boy.
That should say how valuable it is. Doma, keep holding out.
It is valuable. I'm sorry, but right now we kind of need to hold on to it.
All right, that's fair. Do it. And then he like moves his hand away from it, letting you get access to it.
I'll keep in mind what you said. Let me know if you have a better price on it when he takes the diamond.
That's fair. Thank you for anything else that you guys are trying to liquidate, let's say.
Roderick, do you have anything that you need just now?
Nope, I keep my pack pretty efficient. Yes, light and efficient.
I pull out some of these.
Everything goes to our. He throws in that trusty bag of holding.
The abyss. I pull out some of, like, just a shard or two of the obsidian and say, "You don't have any interest in this, do you?"
I have 3 fucking pounds of that shit.
Not sure what I've never worked with it before. I mean, it's possible to make something out of it.
It is a
Oh,
very
rain or
rare
something. I
material.
feel like an obsidian rain. Maybe I'll need something. How much do you have?
Well, I mean, how much do you need?
It's kind of just more of like a tinkering thing. I don't really need it. But I mean, I could maybe do something with it. Just wanted to see how much you had, so I could try to entertain ideas in my head of what I could do. Not trying to press you. I don't
No,
know.
I understand. I'll give you, I'll throw a pound your way, and if you think it's fun, I'd like a ring made out of it.
A pound would definitely be enough to make a ring.
And then you can have the remainder.
Sure.
Or
So
if
you
it's
just
trying
want
to make a ring
an
like
obsidian ring. That's what you want.
A ring like mine?
Well, I know that.
I can give you that, I'm pretty sure.
No, man,
Really,
you're
want.
just sentimental, and honestly, it's just dead weight.
Not really, I mean.
Wow.
I mean, it was for a specific reason, and I'm pretty sure that it isn't able to. I'm not able to use it for that function anymore. So I mean, it's not a big deal if you want it.
Well, no, I don't want to take your ring, man. I'm looking for things that I can use to infuse magic, and I don't want to take your ring. You have
And again, you can use it. You can use it to.
Roderick, it's fine. Keep your ring.
Listen, it has no practical use other than aesthetics.
But you can use it. Maybe he can help you put something in your ring. Maybe if he can figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, you look cool with your ring.
Clearly,
I wanna be cool
you're
like you, okay,
working
man?
on some kind of arrangement. Let me know if whatever you decide. Is there anything else that you wish to
Here's
do?
the obsidian. Do we have a deal?
So this chunk, I make your ring, and I keep the rest.
Yes.
Yes, I can do that. It will take time though to make you a high standard ring.
Oh, I understand. You're
Probably
a
with
craftsman
my
that values his workmanship.
right, and with the current rates of what I have commissioned, it's probably going to be at least a week before it's done.
Could and I looked at the group. I'm like, guys, what if we asked him to maybe like leave a setting open so we could throw one of those rubies or something in it?
It's possible. But that's like a week of work. Are we gonna be back within a week?
Well, I mean, he's already making a ring. It's not. Correct me if I'm wrong, good sir, but is it that much more work just to drop a couple, like just a little metal facet in there?
Oh, definitely doable. With what you've given me, I'd be willing to give you. I mean, nothing like gold, but maybe silver.
Yeah, something to hold the gem in place.
It's also possible, not a lot more tricky, but I could try to craft the entire ring with the setting made out of obsidian, but it'd be a little weird. Totally possible, but would you really want a ruby? That'd be a black and a. I mean, it's kind of got an appeal, I suppose.
I think
Did
it
he
would.
buy Did he buy the candlesticks?
Yeah, he bought all that shit,
Yeah.
Alright.
man.
No, the 2 gold candlesticks.
Yes, all that gold was liquidated back to Orc.
The 2 gold. I had 2 silver and 2 gold.
Alright, I don't. He bought it. Get it done. Get it out of here. Jeez.
You mark yours and I'll take my 6 back if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna keep your.
Alright, stop talking about this. Alright. God, been shopping forever. The DM's starting to go nuts. I'm thinking like I'm like Jarl now, you know?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay, well, do you guys think that would be cool? Like, if you think it would be worthwhile, I think it'd be cool.
I think if you're gonna put spells and stuff into it, I would just keep it as simple as you can make it. But that's
What is
just
it?
my
What are you intending
2 cents.
for it? Is this
Okay,
supposed
so
to be
short-
like a ring for a person?
Yeah, short term, I was thinking we could use it to dump spells into, but long term, I mean, you're an enchantress. I was thinking that those gems are
Shop
going
to
to
your
be
drop situation.
better at holding spells longer term.
Get the money in the
Yeah, that's
purse.
Right? Like, we don't have earrings that we can necessarily talk to each other with, but there's potential for that kind of stuff moving forward, right?
Correct.
You could also just buy pre-made jewelry too. See if that's.
True.
I mean, unless you really want this black and red.
All right, well, let's do this. Here's the ring, or here's the obsidian. If you can make it with the facet, we gave you a decent amount of gold. You're gonna turn a profit. Do me a solid and throw gold in the facet, and the remainder of the obsidian's yours.
He's kind of like has a not so happy look on his face. He's trying to do math in his head of what he's gonna actually net out of this exchange now. This is you making a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just a sliver of gold. It doesn't need to hold a massive gem. And I roll.
Oof,
I
gosh,
roll
really persuasive.
19 persuasion 2 21.
Alright, I guess that's just a sliver of it instead. A gold setting. Alright, that works. Obsidian about a week before it get done, so... give me
You've been
7
more than
points.
fair, sir. You've been more than fair. Thank you.
What? Right. Is that it for all of you? Is there anything that you wish to buy while you're here? Don't really expect it, but you never know. I mean, you seem to be... He kind of squints. You seem to be similar lineage as the lady there. Are you two possibly going out? Engaged, maybe? Or considering anytime soon?
Oh my.
Or how about you, sir? And he gestures to the blonde-haired man. Maybe with the blonde-haired lady.
Oh.
We're good. We're good.
I love Ariel.
For now. For now. I don't know. What type of things you're selling? What's anything special?
Hey, let's get going, everyone, shall we? She's like etching towards the door. Oh,
Guys,
well,
there's some good resources up at the library. I think we should go hit on
That's
those.
true. That's the last thing I want to
my shop is here whenever the time comes, lad. Just come back in.
Evelyn looks a little flushed and she's kind of just twirling her hair like absentmindedly, like not even really thinking of, like she's not really doing it on purpose. She's just like without even thinking. She's just like twirling with her hair, fiddling.
I like this layer. It's never changed.
Okay.
All right, Ryder will make a mental note.
Oh.
Back here, maybe.
Oh, it's like love is in the air in this episode. We got Lena and Darvis. Glemon apparently maybe has someone.
Oh, Clement!
We have now
Wait, did
Doma.
Clement say he had a girlfriend or not?
Nah, he inferred it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. He bailed on the situation. That's for sure.
Yeah, he booked it.
Yeah, this is the level of love in this episode. All right. So are you guys leaving the shop? Are you leaving the jewelers?
I'm leaving.
To the library.
Alright,
I
so-
follow Ariel out.
Alright, so she's already like outside and she's fidgeting as you come out of the place. Can we talk, Evelyn?
Sure.
And so like she kind of like moves to the side before the rest of the group comes out with you. Something's weird with Doma. And I'm not sure how do you have any advice for me? Because I don't know I'm not supposed to be with you guys, and I think he might be thinking I'm providing things that aren't there. He's a great...
Do angels, are you able to have, like, relationships with people?
I'm not supposed to be
is that, like,
talking to
forbidden?
any of you, period. So that's kind of where... I don't
No, but I mean, like, in general.
I don't know. I mean, the creed only says to not talk to you. I would assume that's a no. She seems flustered.
I meant amongst your own kind.
Oh, no, that's allowed. As long as what we're...
It doesn't interfere with your mission.
Yes, whatever we were told to do.
Correct. Wait, so you can't do anything unless you're told to do it? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Obviously, he's probably a little infatuated. It might just blow over. I mean, I understand that, you can't get too close to us, but how bad could it be, I guess, if you do get too close to us?
I don't know. I don't know. I know she was caged for years, but yes, so, Mike, this is very similar, but please watch the hints because they are playing a very similar game. So I know, and Danelle is actually reading that
I'm
chat.
sure he understands, you say you can't
Watch the spoilers.
talk to us and all that stuff, but maybe he doesn't understand, like, the full scope of the situation, I guess? I mean, you are beautiful. You can't blame him. I mean, really. Look at you.
This is getting awkward.
It was awkward the moment that he walked up to her and like, would you like to dance? And this is what he gets.
It is what I get. I'm not regretting it one bit.
So, maybe you just need to talk to him.
Right.
Tell him how you feel or not feel, and maybe he'll give up.
Alright,
Don't worry, don't. Evelyn's got your back.
But, I mean,
She's got two friends that she's worried about both interests, so.
I know. I'm just teasing.
I don't want.
But what's an NPC, man? Who cares about the NPC, right? Like, it's a player character versus an NPC.
This is a tough situation. Just because I don't really know much about your kind and your rules and your limits, and you don't tell us much, so it's hard to really help.
Oh man.
I appreciate your words. That I've never really had to deal with any of this before. It's confusing.
Yeah, it is. It really doesn't get much easier, unfortunately.
And
I
at
guess
this
my question
moment,
is-
the group kind of has now meandered as they approached, and you hear their footsteps.
We'll talk later.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Are you all done with your shopping?
Seems so.
Yes.
Yes.
To the archive library place?
Yes, the library.
I'd like to go.
Books.
I have a few things to look at.
All right.
Quiet in there.
Oh,
You don't have to
man.
worry about
You got so many places to hit in your guys' shopping list that just doesn't seem to be shortening itself.
I asked, I'm gonna, on the way to the library, Roger, is your ability to read and understand languages, is that a spell you can cast?
No.
Oh, that's just part of you.
In some respect, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
It sounded so weak.
That was a strangely worded question.
Never mind.
Well, I mean, if it was a spell that he could cast, then I could help him channel it into something, and I could comprehend languages too. We could multiply our efficiency, right? Like, we don't have to have dwarves translating for us. We can all just understand languages, but if it's just an inherent trait of him because of his past and who he is, then
I might remind everyone that it was offered that maybe Darvis could help us.
Yes.
It's true.
Well, Darvis or Glenn.
Both.
We were supposed to check on the temple to see if he was there. Right?
We were supposed to check on Darvis the temple, I think. But we also... Did you ever go to your herb shop yet, or?
Oh my.
Probably not.
That's right, we skipped it to go here.
it's fine. I'll double check it on the way back. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Let's get Darvis. Okay, we got Darvis. Come on back to the library. Okay, great.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You make your way back to the Temple of Thorns as you walk your way up the steps, and you've been running past a lot of individuals in the town that are like, whoa, what are those tall
Wait,
folk?
we've been
And
through this.
Yeah, it's the same
Smiles,
ordeal.
winks all around.
But now there's a cluster of you. It's not just one or
Right.
two. It's all five of you. As you
Hello.
make your way. And so there's
And they're
definitely
all
more
very
attention, and
tall.
you guys are all noticing these. Every now and then you see a couple dwarves with a construct or two constructs walking down. So you all get see that image of what I described to Oric when his personal experience. You're witnessing this like momentum of some kind of combat looming. And you eventually find yourself.
Totally figure out how to use these things.
You come up to the steps and you climb up and you get into the temple, and as you come into the temple, you see Alina, but you do not see a Darvis. Alina's currently over by the tree. What? Hello. I didn't expect to see you guys. No, we Well, last time I saw him was did you not see him last night?
No,
No.
he never. Well, no.
Never showed up.
Oh,
And he wasn't at breakfast.
okay. That's
He wasn't
odd.
with you?
No.
When did he leave?
Shortly
didn't he walk you
after.
home?
Yeah. He escorted me back to my home, and that's it.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
17.
She's telling the truth, from what you can tell.
Oh man.
Alright.
Do you know anywhere?
Man, I'm really becoming untrusting of your NPCs lairs.
This doesn't happen often, does it? People go missing, or
What makes you think that?
I'm just curious.
I mean, he's always been there for me. I've never not had him. There's something wrong. Do you suspect foul play?
But we just don't know where he
It
is.
could be nothing.
I'm kind of just looking for the guy.
I mean, it's only been one day. He's probably fine, right? Like,
Probably.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should check
maybe we
back
can
in
miss it.
McRae's and see if he is
I
there.
say, yeah, let's head that way. Let's go check it out.
Sure. You want to come, Lena?
I think
there should be someone here to watch over in case.
You gotta attend the temple. We understand.
Right.
We'll let you know what we find out, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, how's the hole doing, by the way? Just like glance over it.
So you see two like pikes kind of like out of the ground, and that like the pikes move every now and then. You quickly surmise there's probably two dwarves watching in the hole right now, down from the direction you guys came in. It's not closed up, but there's at least there's two guys guarding it at the moment, at least two.
Alright, cool.
Never change.
As soon as we walk out of earshot, I'm gonna turn to the group and like.
Still using, yes, I am still
He
using this art.
mentioned like he was pretty.
So I like it. It's good
He was
annual
pretty
art.
hot on the topic of Egret's place. I mean, should we maybe check in at that brothel he mentioned?
Yes,
Probably.
that may be a good choice.
We also have a quest there or something, don't we?
Well,
I mean, it's a good spot for us to follow up on the other missing guy. So I think it's kind of two birds with one stone.
Also, if we find out where Lena lives, we can always track him from there.
True.
oh, we should maybe ask her where she goes.
It'd be an awkward question. Someone else is gonna word it, not me. Calling out of that one.
I just go back inside. Hey, Lena, we want to retrace the possible routes he could have taken back. Where exactly do you live?
Oh, it's not terribly far from here. I mean, I could show you. It's only like a 5-minute walk.
That'd be great. At least so we can maybe try to find our way and see what routes we might have taken it.
Sure. She like, gathers herself and then follows you outside. Timid posture, reserved. Just to stress that once again. You guys are all
She's
gathered
like
at the
on
store.
a whole new level of Annie L.
I mean, maybe. Aniel has
Maybe
really
she
good
just likes
reasons, and
it.
she has really good reasons too. Alright, so you move out the stairs, and you guys are then gonna follow Lena?
Yeah.
Of course.
Alright, so as you start walking through Midan, on your way to Lena's abode, that is where we'll end today's session, everyone. Many things happened today. Oh my god,
Yeah,
so
this
much
was a
happened
good day.
today. This was, I mean, we went longer than we normally did, but this is a good stopping point for the storm that's about to come.
I feel like I didn't take half as many notes as I should have, though. Like, oh my god.
God,
There's
I'm fucking
so
happy
much
to know
that
before I
there's
should've
so
done
much
that.
that was put into. No, we're not doing 7 a.m. or bust, okay, Mike? We're not helping out the 7 in the morning.
Yeah, Mike, you two, we're doing 7 a.m. Come on.
I think Roderick fell asleep on us at one point there. So
Yeah, he did.
No, Mike.
oh
The hell
well, I
happened?
mean, we should stop at this point. We normally stop at I aim for 11 o'clock is when I stop, and we're now in the almost 1 a.m. phase. So it's 2 hours later than I normally go for. I'm not tired, but I just know that it's gonna hit, and then people are the participation's gonna drop, the quality in the environment's gonna drop.
It's almost 2
So,
in the morning.
yeah, this is the time that we should.
I
we
want
should-
to, I want this to be a critical role where I can like rewatch the episode to know what we actually happened.
Yeah, so I totally have.
Right.
I have been recording everything besides last week's. Well, since I started streaming again. But last Sunday I didn't record because we lost Lash.
Okay.
So I have everything. I have it reserved. I could post it, but at the same time, I remember from my original group when I posted shit, they then missed things and they were able to rewatch it, and then they were able to note things that they forgot, and then they actually.
missing things. There was so much that happened that
Yeah, this episode was super jam packed. Wow,
I
there's
just
a lot
couldn't write
happening.
fast enough.
All right, so
My notes page is like twice as big as it fucking was before.
there was a lot that happened.
Yeah,
This was,
exactly.
you guys met a bunch of new. Like, this is the first time you've been in a town, a city, not just a town, but a city with a population. And I hope it was a very
That's why I
enjoyable
like how
experience.
I know.
There was a lot for you to do, and you didn't hit all of it. So
I don't have enough notes, you guys.
with that, for the 3 people that are watching, or the 2, or however how many people actually are there, I don't know, because sometimes the numbers are wrong. Thank you for watching. We play on Fridays, 5:30 PST, aiming to 11:30 PST. Tonight we win an extra surplus hour, effectively. Yeah, an hour over. So feel free to join us next Friday if you're free, or whenever you can stop by. Yeah, check out what's going on. We appreciate any support you give. And then we'll continue this storyline and the arc moving forward of currently in Midan. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna close my stream now. You guys have a great night. Is it Friday? Because that's the day we all work. Night.
It's not Friday anymore.